I took a stroll downtown this evening when I heard music echo through the night. The same old songs that I heard the night before. So I started running so I wouldn't be too late. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. When I got close, my heart was pumping to the beat that was blasting through the night. And on the street, the crowd was jumping, singing songs and dancing through the night. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. I can't believe dancing in the street. All I ever wanted was to get close to you. Now I'm burning in your atmosphere. I can't feel my feet while we're dancing in the street. In the neon light, I let the music on repeat all through the night. And when the music started to fade out, the first rays of sunlight lit up your eyes. Oh, how I wish this night would never end, so we can keep on dancing. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. I can't believe we're dancing in the street. All I ever wanted was to get close to you. Now I'm burning in your atmosphere. I can't feel my feet while we're dancing in the street. In the neon light, with the music on repeat all through the night. took a stroll downtown this evening when I heard music echo through the night. The same old songs that I heard the night before. So I started running so I wouldn't be too late. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. When I got close, my heart was pumping to the beat that was blasting through the night. And on the street, the crowd was jumping, singing songs and dancing through the night. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. I can't believe we're dancing in the street. All I ever wanted was to get close to you. Now I'm burning in your atmosphere. I can't feel my feet while we're dancing in the street. In the neon light, let the music come repeat all through the night. And when the music started to fade out, the first rays of sunlight lit up your eyes. Oh, how I wish this night would never end, so we can keep on dancing. I didn't think that I would ever see your face again, but I was wrong. I can't believe we're dancing in the street. All I ever wanted was to get close to you. Now I'm burning in your atmosphere. I can't feel my feet while we're dancing in the street. In the neon light, with the music on repeat all through the night.
There we go. Bye. AJ's keyboard is dead. He'll be on in just a minute.
It's following days for being shipped back from the US. And knowing that his time is up.
I just wanted to let everybody know that he'll be here. So people didn't just disappear.
Oh, I guess it's our show to work.
That's right.
It was a pretty good one.
Yes.
That was very good.
You know, these are the scariest ones. That,
Yeah.
You know, especially when there's science behind it.
Mike Barra said he said he did such a good job. He's gonna just show this video next time he has to give a lecture on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Mike was great. He helped us with a lot of this. Excuse me. This is not professional. Mike helped us with a lot of tonight's episode, Mike Barra. And hey, Virgo 99. So somebody said it was bound to happen. The government abducted AJ. I hope not. If they did, they're texting me from his phone telling me his keyboard was dead. So guys, look at these awesome Sixth Extinction t-shirts. You got to go take a look on the store. They're super, super cool. Let's see. Keith, yes, slow mode is going because if I don't keep slow mode, like it's going to be ridiculous. We won't be able to get to everything because there's 6,000 people in here and things would go very, 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 very fast. Solomon Gray, it is a nice looking shirt. Rob, the official artist of the Y Files. like knocks it out of the park every single week. Michael M says Victoria's dog is awesome. Yes. Yes. There's two of them. It's hard to tell sometimes because they look exactly alike.
One barks louder than the other.
And I'm just picturing that AJ is running around like a crazy person in the studio. He's saying now the computer needs to update.
No.
This is not professional. I can just imagine him running around the studio, like going through boxes, throwing keyboards, trying to find stuff. Oh, he's not running around. He's just sitting here watching. That's even worse. That is so stressful. So you guys tell me what you thought of the episode in the chat. What did we think? Good one, right? It was a long episode. Apparently nobody cares.
Well, someone said that you guys are hot and I am not. Sorry to me. Said that's nice. Also, that someone else said I live in a castle, which in LA, that's a big feat.
Yes, and we did. We hit a record tonight. We had 38,825 people watching at one point. It's fantastic. Yeah, tonight's episode was super, super scary. This was like the pole shift one. This one, the pole shift one, and then for a different reason, the shadow people one was also very, very scary. Where are we at? What Chef? See what they say. Longtime fan. This is my favorite series on YouTube. Great episode. Really enjoy the show. I just need to drop a small tip because of how much I enjoy it. Thank you so much, What Chef. That's very, very nice. Quester J said he turned it off when he saw the ad. Yeah, you got to pay the bills, guys. So I know the ads suck, but we try to make them as fun for you as we can.
It kind of won me over. I'm downloading the game.
Well, and see, Gourmet Popcorn said commercial in the beginning made them laugh. Well done. That's nice.
I mean, look, the commercials, everyone's annoyed by commercials. We're actually trying to have a little artistic flair with them and have fun internally as well. So we always hope that what we're pushing out to you guys is worthwhile because by the time we're done with them, we don't look at them as commercials. We look at them as skits, little short movies that we're creating. So I got to tell you, out of all of our commercials, it takes a long time for us to accept because first we write a script, we go through it, we scrap scripts, we've said, that's a terrible idea and started over. So we've actually missed doing commercials because we want them to be so good. So really, we are putting our heart and soul into them. Again, we're trying to make it so it's worth watching the 60 seconds.
Thank you, Tom. We appreciate that. And you know what? They're going to get crazier as we get a little bit more time and as we get AJ caught up and we get him ahead. So he's not editing until the day of. The commercials are just going to get even more fun. You may even see some of these folks in this live stream in the commercials. So.
Yeah. And since we got our top fans here and our insiders, I mean, that's the way to get the lore on Hecklefish and the what's gone on in his life also comes through throughout the ad spots. So that gives us a way to kind of give you guys some ideas into Hecklefish beyond the bowl, you know.
I think he's going to be here soon. Jonathan, AJ is having some technical difficulties on his side. His keyboard died, and then his computer had to re-update. So we'll get there. We will get there. Oh, I see his face down there.
Oh, Mitch. I see also Mitch is asking, is it too soon for a coffee plug? It's never too soon. You could go to Caveman Coffee.
Thank you for watching the After Files live stream. This is not a professional production. We don't know why anyone watches this thing, but we're glad you do. And now, to kick off the show is everyone's favorite sidekick, the one, the only, Hecklefish.
Is this thing on? Do you hear? She says she's pumping the fist. It was like it was a comedy of errors. Like the keyboard was, and by the way, it's not fixed yet. Like I can't hear you.
Oh.
Oh no.
So it's just a comedy of errors. The keyboard wouldn't work. Like every key I touched brought up the Windows menu. It was driving me nuts. Switched keyboards. It was a problem with the computer. So then I go and I get it working, and then I get the pop-up that I have to restart. Things are crashing. Okay, I'll restart, and on the restart, it had to do a Windows update.
Oh boy. So
For a kid, yeah, that was the Night Court theme. So I mean, I guess you guys can hear me, so I'll say words, but
This live stream is so unprofessional. Really, what are you even doing?
But I can't hear back. Cat Parrot, are AJ and Jen not married? We still are, unless there's news.
No, we are.
We still are, right?
We are.
Unless there's news.
No news.
All right. So I'm gonna try and get this audio working. Should I try and get the audio working, or should we just say, you know what, it's not professional, it didn't work out, we'll pick it up again next week?
No, get the audio working.
Try to get it working. All right.
It sounds like he might have spilled some Caveman Coffee Co. On his keyboard, but usually it's more helpful than hurtful. So try and get some on CavemanCoffeeCo.com and use the promo code YFiles.
Yeah, and get 20% off. All right, so we were having this discussion. He'll be back, and he'll be like, why did you bring it up? Because I was going to do that later, but it gives us something to talk about. So we're having this discussion. If you're a Patreon member, on Thursday nights for a half an hour before the show, in Discord, we have an AMA. So AJ's on, and me, and Victoria, and Gino, and we just talk about stuff, just whatever. Tonight we were talking about like disgusting foods that you ate when you were a kid, or you still eat now, or
Well, wait, hold on, what did I miss?
Can you hear us now?
Yeah. Oh, you're not gonna believe it. So everything's sort of working. I spin around in my chair. I'm in Las Vegas. There's no humidity here. It's extra dry tonight. So everything I touch is a painful shock. So every time I'm touching like the microphone now, I'm zapping the whole thing and the monitor's crashing. So every like 15 seconds, you're going to see me just kind of freeze as I wait for the monitor to come back on. So
Could you just one time conduct this live stream in a professional manner?
So what were we talking about? Disgusting food?
Yeah.
Oh, Caleb 1874 is this Jen show. It was for a minute there. Joe King, AJ living in Vegas, close to where Art Bell used to live. Yeah, we're gonna. Peter Evell says my voice is off. It could be that my pants are a little too tight. Yeah. So Art was up in Pahrump, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna do maybe a remote live stream and go visit his grave and pay our respects.
Yeah.
Which we could do anytime, but I need to add something else to that program. The fish is spook. I thought Spock died. Maybe astrology is affecting AJ. This harp gave info out like it was presented in the video. So I'm trying to get. I want to be able to play YouTube for you guys. The monitor keeps turning off. But last week we said you can't hear my YouTube, right? So there were some harp videos I wanted to show. I'll see if I could find them. Lee Johnson is here, loves Hecklefish. Near Dusk is wearing your Wi-Fi's t-shirt. Well, let's see that, man.
Yay!
TT, the Jen cut her hair. Nice.
I did. Thanks for noticing.
Brian Morgan, let's get a GoFundMe to buy Art Bell's old compound for me. Can we do that? I wonder, like, I guess his wife still owns it, right? Does she live there, with his daughter?
I don't know. That'd be cool.
Yeah, Jen had the nice mullet haircut on the intro. All right. Well, yes. I'm gonna get out of your guys' hair for just a second and say hello to these folks and maybe do a little bit of harp, and we'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, just Victoria and I we'll do it together here. Pygar 2, the Wi-Fi's. Let Hecklefish do the heckling. Adam Whiteside couldn't find keyboard, audio not working, sounds like an inside job. That's funny because of the content that I do. Every time, like if a video's late or if I'm not on like Twitter for a few days, suddenly it's, the Men in Black got me. I finally got the knock on the door. And then if it goes on, then people start to get really concerned. Send out a search party. Does anyone know where he lives? We gotta do a welfare check. But as of yet, no one has knocked on the door. But I'm expecting to get the IRS has got to audit me this year, I would assume. Ed from Chicago is he's the Hecklefish fan of the year. And so I guess we hit the record tonight in the premiere. That's kind of cool. Now, do we hit the record? I'm looking at the producers down there because I know Jen keeps track of the numbers. Do we hit the record before, let's say, 25-minute mark? Probably, because the longer the episode, the more people jump in the live premiere. So you want to say words? Yes. Okay, go ahead.
We hit it at 28 minutes.
Okay, so it's still a record.
Yeah.
But really, because it was a long episode, is why we picked up.
But last week was a short episode, and we would have beaten the record last week if it was like a minute and a half longer. So, but I mean, we blew the record out of the water. We hit almost 39,000.
Yeah.
39.
I thought we were at 36.
No, we got 38,825. Yep.
What did you guys think of the episode? I'm looking at the chat. You know what? I have to get the chat over on the other screen because this is slow mode on.
Yes.
Okay, there we are. Hang on. See that? Now it's feedback.
Oh boy, it's live stream amateur hour again.
Yeah. So speaking of the simulation, oh, there she goes. Yeah, speaking of the simulation, Ramsey Ram Jam Wrangle plan on doing anything with Jimmy Corsetti. It's so funny because I got a DM from Jimmy about 90 minutes ago, and which we've never spoken. I think we tweeted at each other or something, but we've never spoken. Sent me a DM just about 90 minutes ago. Says he's a fan of the show. That's nice. I told him I send folks over there. Every time people ask me about the reshot structure, I say go check out Corsetti's videos series. I don't know. He's covered it a lot. But the two of us are both working on something, not necessarily together, just participating in something in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to see him, and I'm going to actually talk to him about the reshot, Atlantis, and a couple of other things that are on my mind. And if there are any fans of his channel in here, if there's anything you want me to ask him, let me know. All right, what's going on in the chat? Harp. He's full of pap. Okay. Bright Insight. That's his channel. Captain Crunch says you could slow down chat more, I think. Anyway, when you're over 2,000, commenting every 30 seconds helps. I don't think we can slow it down. 40, 44, 45, 5, 4, 5. Well, just playing charades down there. Veronica Lake crop circles. Is that one you want to see? Because I kind of hope you do. Because we've got a crop circles video coming up. T-Bone, you need to fix your keyboard and Windows PC by buying a Mac Mini. I have one sitting right there, man. I live stream through the PC because it's just a little easier to route the audio. I don't want to get too deep into the weeds with it, but I may switch it over to a Mac just to avoid this. This was crazy tonight, and I know Jen was assuming that I'm running around like crazy, like get keyboards and stuff, because it was worse. Because that's how I'll get if something isn't working. I'll get crazy, but it was actually worse than that. It was just sitting here watching Windows update, and it was a good long update. 1%, 2%. I got up, I got a snack, I got a Red Bull, and it came back 30%. The insult investor updates are not needed. It only shows up at the worst time. Nibiru episode is a request. So Zechariah Sitchin's covering maybe Zechariah Sitchin's content. That could be fun. Great White, please do a vid on Bob Lazar. Great White, probably not, because Bob Lazar has been covered so much for 30-something years, and he was on Rogan not too long ago, for hours and hours. So, what can I add to the story? I mean, Rogan was with the man in the room. Skinwalker Ranch is a request. That one's coming. That's in the pipeline. Shelley Thompson Brock, Electric Universe Theory. That one is in the pipeline as well. Ariel Winters is here, likes the channel. Thank you so much. And we finally have a little bit of a production calendar. So we know the topics out until like August or so. And look, and I like half of them. I gotta be honest. Half of them I like. Mega Johnny 420. Drop some good truth bombs in the Windows update. More like spyware install. It kind of felt like that, didn't it? Like I said it, the live stream was also, it wasn't like I just stumbled in like, oh, we got a live stream. I better get set up. The live stream was set up and working and tested hours ago. It was as soon as I said start broadcast, then the keyboard went. It's like, oh, here we go. Black Cube of Saturn. I haven't heard that one yet, ERC. And you guys know that the tips line is a good place to send in the suggestions. I mean, you could drop them in here and I'll read it for you, but I'm going to forget. I forget everything that happens during the live stream. It's like missing time when I do this. It's not a professional thing. I hit the button and then I wake up 5 hours later covered in sweat. And there's a smell of roses. I don't know what that's about. Have you guys consider a show on the Kecksburg UFO? I haven't heard of that one, Petro. So send that in the tips line. John Richards wants a Rosicrucian episode. That's kind of on my mind to do. But to do that topic justice, you'd have to cover some kind of dark topics that YouTube doesn't like. So if I can get further ahead than the episodes that YouTube doesn't like, which is about half of our stuff, we'll put those probably on Patreon and maybe on Rumble. Consider one on DMT, says Victor. That's another one. It's just, it's the same situation. I'd like to cover DMT and pineal gland and how like the tryptamines work and all of that stuff in the brain. But YouTube would see that as promoting illegal drugs. So, to get videos demonetized, it's crushing because it's like working a week or two for free. And I don't know if you remember, but like a month or two ago, we had 2 videos out of the 4 demonetized. It was oof. It was broke. So Aternum asking, can you cover 9/11? It's the same thing. You can't cover YouTube. You can't cover topics about like death and victims. I mean, you can, you just don't get paid. And I'm not in a situation where I could do it for free. That's why we had an ad tonight. I saw a couple of people in the chat like upset. Oh no, the Y-Files is selling out. No, I'm not. I'm just, making car payments and stuff like you guys are. That's how we have to do it. But, I heard the gang talking about it and try to make the ads as fun as I can. So yeah, so can't do things with victims and death. Even just conspiracy videos, YouTube will give you like context warnings will show up on the video. Did we get a context warning for this one? Because HARP is a context warning, which is not good because the YouTube doesn't recommend the video as much. So I'm nervous about it. Hey, Tiernan, thank you. Not selling out, just paying the bills. Raid Shadow Legends, that read is on every channel I watch. I'm sure same with you guys. Everyone does raid. But it had to be the best raid video that you've seen. I mean, some of the Raid Shadow Legends, like YouTubers that I like. And now a quick word from our sponsor, and it's just like Raid Shadow. It's a great game with the mobile, and click now, and it's really, skip forward, skip. But don't you want to know what Hecklefish is up to? I mean, the next ad we have coming up, it might be next week. I don't even remember who it's for. But Hecklefish is he's visiting the Shaolin monks and he's his chi is damaged. He's restoring his chi. Gonna need another one of those tonight. Endless Lands, best raid ad I saw. Thank you. I'm glad. Bruins Cat checked again. No warning. That's good. HARP will get you demonetized, ? Not necessarily demonetized for HARP. But when you get a context warning, you see those on controversial topics. You see those on topics about, conspiracy theories that were later proven to be true, but conspiracy theory stuff. And really anything that YouTube and those people, anything political that they don't agree with, those will get context warnings. So that's not necessarily demonetized, but the video will be recommended a lot less. So you get fewer people watching it. Mark Anderson, don't stress about paying the bill. Mark, I'm not really stressed about it. I don't feel slimy doing the ad because I put a lot of work into making it fun. I could just as easily just read the bullet points in 60 seconds. I could just do that and get a check. But that's that's what everybody does, and that's the kind of stuff that annoys me. So when I'm putting this stuff together, I put myself in your chair. That's why this channel was started, is because I couldn't find one like it, one that covered the fun stories, but also brought some truth to it. So if I'm going to do an ad, I'm going to make it so if you're sitting there and you have to, suffer through it, especially on a live premiere, you can't skip, at least it'll be entertaining. And so far they have been. Does Hecklefish practice Kung Fu? I don't know. I have to ask him that. But there's some chaos going up and at the temple where he is. He's working as a short order cook. I don't, I hate to spoil the commercial, but he's working as a short order cook up there. Richard Brownman says the Wi-Fi House has the best ads. I hope so. Murph, love the ads, stop the haters. Yeah, so I was saying, it's not like I don't feel bad about it because I put a lot of work into it and I make it fun. I make it content. I mostly get annoyed. Hey, Programmer X is here. Good to see you. I'm pointing because that's where he is. He's over here. I should look here because you're there, but Programmer's down there. Yeah, I get annoyed when people, will call me a sellout for reading an ad. That's like, it's like, okay, I'm sorry that I did that. What do you recommend for paying the bills? And, Victoria's down there. She ain't cheap. And Gino and the wife, this whole army of folks. I mean, what do you recommend if we're not going to do sponsor reads? And half the videos are demonetized. What do you recommend? And that person does not have a recommendation. That person just doesn't want an ad in the middle of their video. Shouldn't have to explain anything. Who's that? Who is that? Sinister James, thanks for that. Demon Time Baby, my boy, you deserve the ads and sponsors. We want you paid. I'm finna watch these ads, G. Appreciate you. AE, why doesn't Hecklefish host at least one show? Maybe for the Crab Cat and why we should fear it. That would be a good topic. Oh, hang on. Monitor went out. That would be a good topic. But I had Hecklefish do a short with just him, and it was maybe the worst performing short on the channel. Like, it just got crushed, and in the comments it got crushed. But that's mostly people who don't know the show. And if you're new to Hecklefish, he doesn't grab everybody right away. Sometimes he needs to grow on you, like a barnacle. The era hate is going to hate. It's true. And whoever said that, or people that say that stuff, they're not really annoyed at me because they see ads all over YouTube. They're just like that. That's just someone who's on the internet to be angry. You know who they are because they're all over the place. They're just here to be angry. And they're young. In my day, when the internet was new, the internet was fun and everybody on it was like nerdy and cool. But there seems to be a generation, and not the whole generation, but a type of people in a generation where the internet is, the purpose of having the internet is to hide behind anonymity and be a jerk. And that's what they think it is. I've seen conversations like about Twitter, like, oh, you're such a nice guy, but you're so mean on Twitter. And this is somebody you guys probably know, Stevie O, Nerdy Sexy Cool. I was singing the barbershop quartet in my head. I was saying that. So yeah, so you're such a nice guy in real life, but you're so mean on Twitter. And he said, well, that's what Twitter's for. It's like, no, man. That's why Twitter's exhausting. Kirag T, check the cable connection for the monitor. It's not that. It's super dry in here tonight. It's Las Vegas. It's extra dry. Like, normally I can walk around for a little bit, ground myself with, by the way, my desk is stainless steel. So, it's a terrible idea. I ground myself and then I'm good. But something's going on tonight where every time I move, I'm getting little shocks. And the shocks, the monitor feels a power surge. So it turns off and then it comes back on. It's happened like 4 or 5 times since I've been sitting here. Pork chops, stay hydrated. Yeah, I gotta do that. You gotta get the Red Bull in first. Skinny Cartman, put a rubber mat on the desk. Would that work? I've got the rubber mouse pad, like one of those big rubber mouse pads. But I wonder, rubber, that could be a good idea, like a rubber something under the wheels of the chair. All right, so what's going on with HARP? Asking, is it active now? HARP is active now. It's being run by the university in Alaska, Fairbanks. But yeah, it runs now. Danny Stormborn, trolls don't change a thing. Best commercials ever. Very nice of you. That's just that personality type. You know who it is. Grounding my mouse pad, Tim Foo Fighter, would that work? Matthias, Red Bull is even better with Jägermeister, LOL. I mean, I could tell you about the last time I had Jägermeister. I don't know. Are there kids watching tonight? I guess that's not that bad. So back in the day, back when I was a youngster, like your age, I tended bar for quite a few years. So I was working in a fancy club in New York, like fancy club, and I went on vacation for like a week, and I came back from vacation. Robert Smith, ground yourself. I'm trying. Came back from vacation, so I'm just there at the bar, not working, and just back. I'm going to be working a couple of days back from vacation. So everyone you work with in the bar is your friend. So I get in, it's like, hey, Jay, I'm buying shots. So that was when I would drink Jaeger, drink anything, but I would drink Jaeger. So the shots were going down fast. Like, when you drink too fast, you don't like, you learn as you get older that you have your drink and then you take a minute, then you assess, and then to go back. But back then I was 23 years old. So it's just shot. You don't know that it's a delayed fuse. So it's Jaeger, and we're doing Jaeger shots. Catalog. AJ would be a fun guy to drink with. I'm a fun drunk. That's that Latin phrase, in vino is veritas. The wine goes in, the truth comes out. It's a good way to kind of assess someone's real personality. Blake is here. Hey, Blake. Assess someone's personality. If someone is drunk and they're a jerk, that person's always a jerk. They're just putting on an act. They're performing, for you during the day. But if someone is cool and fun when they're drunk, that's their personality. And that's like, I'm a cool, fun guy, but my everyday personality is just anxiety and stress and type A. But underneath that is the happy drunk. So we're doing Jaeger shots fast. And Jaeger, if you don't know, is like dark green, blue. It's kind of thick. And I remember tipping my hand back, the shot goes in, and then I open my eyes, and I'm on my knees throwing up in a toilet, throwing up green, blue, just throwing up. I have no idea what happened in between. Hand goes up and head goes down. I'm in a toilet. I don't know where. So I finish, and I don't know where am I at? Hear other people moving around. I open the door. I hope I'm allowed to be in here. People are moving around. I'm in a diner. That I've never been in. And now I'm starting to freak out a little bit. Like, where? I don't remember coming here. Did I drive here? I hope I didn't drive here. And then I walk out and I hear a bunch of people scream my name. Hey, Jay. And there's a long table of people, maybe, 20, when they slide tables together, after the bar. This is New York. Bar closes at 4. So the sun's starting to peek up. And there's a long line of tables. People are screaming my name, calling me over. I don't know a single person at this table. 20, 25 people. I don't know a single person at the table. And so but we're old friends, I guess, but I can't access the information to be personable. And now fun drunk is over. Now I'm back to anxiety. And people, what do you know, should we go hang out? We're having fun. And then it's just like, dude, someone's got to take me home. And then suddenly it wasn't, hey, Jay. Then it was like, oh, man, like where you live? I live about 40 minutes away. Then nobody was my friend. Nobody was my friend anymore. But I finally got someone to take me home, and he was annoyed the whole time, like barely talked to me. I felt terrible. And then totally on accident, as we're pulling up to my house, I just throw up all over the inside of his car, down his window, the outside of it, and he's just freaking out. Just like I get out, I'm like, oh, sorry, man. Sorry, it's good to meet you. And that was the last time I had Jaeger. I could still kind of smell it. I could still taste it in my nose. DDD Boone's Farm apple wine. That'll give you a hangover, you'll remember. BMY, plot twist, that guy was Gino. Gino and I have we don't drink together that much. Gino's not a big drinker, but he has been known to throw up in my vehicles. That he does. One time, it was like a brand new car. And I was young. And it was brand new to me. It was like a used Beamer, but it was brand new to me, and I was young. And we're hanging out with our buddy in New York, and Gino's playing pool, and he's drinking Heineken. You know, he's not going crazy. And then it's time to go home, and we're just driving home from the city, New York City, in my new used Beamer. And the Gino's just sitting there chilled. You know how he is. And he goes, man, I don't feel good. It's like, you all right? It's like, I think I'm going to throw up. That's how he is, just information. I'm like, all right, you need me to pull over? No, I think I'm good. And then he goes, I don't know and the window starts to go down. I'm thinking, oh man, here we go. And then he throws up in the inside of the car, outside of the car, down into like the window well. And he felt so bad about because I'm trying not to be annoyed. I'm just driving but he could see it on my face. I'm like, man, I had this car one day. And we get home and the sun's coming up, and Gino's out there like trying to clean it, because he feels bad. So he's got I don't know, maybe he took a shirt off or something. I don't know where he got a rag, but all he's doing is just smearing vomit around the side of the car. He's like polishing it. And I'm like, dude, no, we're good. I'll take it to the car wash. You don't have to. Oh. But for maybe 2 weeks after that, every time the window would go down and come back up, there'd be like little chunks of Gino food on it. Just reminders every time. Like, I remember him eating that. Bernie Burnsfee, the Heineken will do that to you. I don't even think he had that much to drink. We can ask him in a bit. I bet he'll say no. G Mayo, what are brothers for? JC Alt, 100,000 views in 1 hour. High five. Is that good? Look at Jen and Victoria. 100,000 an hour sounds pretty good. Paul Smethers, Gino bits. There were so many Gino bits. Yeah, every time for a couple of weeks. Oh, sorry about that.
This live stream is so unprofessional. Really, what are you even doing?
The Great White More UFO vids. We have the Ethiopia video UFO story coming up. Purposeful Porpoise Amaretto Sour is my drink of choice nowadays. That's someone who's just Purposeful Porpoise. That's just sipping Amaretto Sours. You can't get a drunk from Amaretto Sours. I mean, you can, but you need to throw back a lot of those. I don't recommend it. T Fetch, sorry if my sarcastic sellout made you triggered. Man, you can't trigger me. I told you I don't feel bad about sponsors. I get annoyed when people are angry at me or angry with anybody. But that's people who are just angry. The dude 87, does Gino smoke or drink more? No, I can't answer that. You can ask him yourself. Gino Bits Trail Mix as a product. That's funny. That's funny. What?
Well,
No, I don't understand any of this. Maybe someone can punch me in the face and see if that helps. Did you guys see that? It wasn't me, right? Fear the crab cat. I now fear the crab cat. I do too. Snoochie Boochies. DS fears the crab cat. Doc Brewski says kind of hot. That's, we don't kink shame here, man. You're into your furry / crustacean. You do you. Drift, what did I just show up to? I don't know, man. I don't know. Caleb likes it, best thing ever. Micah, no, Jen is not a furry. Fear the crab. Fear. AJ was speechless at the sight of crab cat Jen. I was, because I see them down there, the producer faces. So that's why I know when Jen wants to talk, which is all the time. But I mean, when she really wants to talk, I see her waving. So I could see them down there. I see Gino paying attention to the stories that involve his name. So I'm just talking to you about whatever is on my mind, and I just see the crab cat down below. I've never seen that outfit before. So because I don't want you to deduce what our marriage is like by what you saw. That is not, that's not a definitive. That's not what our house is about. I make her put on the dinosaur costume. That one's my favorite. Well, I think the T-Rex arms are sexy, because they're so small. Men love small hands. The crabs meow. Where Hecklefish at? He's here. 4X, are you a gamer? Are you asking me, 4X, if I'm a gamer? Or are you asking someone in the chat? I wouldn't call myself a gamer, but I play. I play all the time. It's video games is really the only way I can get my brain to shut off. Especially when I'm wired, which is a lot after the live streams. And, Fridays are hard because Fridays that's everything's done. Like, oh, we're done. So like reading a book, I can't relax. My brain constantly wanders. But video games, I can kind of block things out. So I wouldn't call myself a gamer, but I just finished Far Cry 6, and I'm banging my way through the DLCs. Scott Partridge, have you had an invite to Rogan yet? I was on Rogan with Gino a couple years ago. But no, I haven't received a new invite. I feel like Gino's been friends with Joe for like 15 years. So Gino could ask Joe a favor. I don't know if the favor is different now with Spotify, if it's more businessy. But back in the day, Gino could just say, hey, can I come on and come on with my brother from the Y-Files? Joe would do it. And I think he would do it now. But this is something I've said to you guys before about Rogan, and it's a reason why I really don't do podcasts. And I get a lot of invite to podcasts that people want me to come and talk about UFOs and conspiracies and all that stuff. It's just I'm not an expert in the topics. I'm a researcher and an entertainer. And, even then it's relative how much you're entertained. So the best guests on Joe's show are experts. Get Graham Hancock on there to talk about, he was there, he's I think he's in Egypt now. He's been to the pyramids. He's touched the stones. Me, I just read about what he did and then just make a story, talk to a fish. And here we are. So I just don't think I would be that good on Joe's show. I mean, if he wanted to just sit and BS, we'll do that. But that wouldn't be an episode I would listen to. What is going on in the chat? Battle Miss is here. I see Phase Beast, Ham Banana, best game ever. Talking about Far Cry 6. It's pretty good. pretty good. Avatar thinks I'm entertaining. I'm glad. Dentroy 6-7. Rogan's compromised now. Uh-oh. I'm not sure what he means by that, but if there's one of the least compromisable people is Joe. So if you think he's compromised, just relax. He's not. New Zelda's dope, says Hospital Patient. I don't know. That's not really my thing. I like looter shooters. You know, I got the Harry Potter game because Jen's a big fan, but I couldn't. You know, and I drive, and she just like tells me, we're like, go over there. You know, cast the the spell, and I don't know anything about it. Oh, there's that one from that book, and there's that means that. So it wasn't super fun for me. I like guns and blowing stuff up. I don't like puzzles. You know, put this piece into there, and it has to line up, and the sun and the shadows got to touch it. I don't like that. Guns. That's what I want. Redstone. Red Dead 2 is still the best game ever. Might be the best game ever. Red Dead 2. So if fans of that, keep your ear out. I did some voices in that game. MX, Wi-Fi's, you'd be good to talk to Joe about how you keep all the detail in, but still keep it entertaining. I don't know. I don't know how good of a show that is, MX. You know, because that's 10 minutes of here's what I do. And then what do you do for the other hour or two? Blake wants a documentary on the Mariana Trench. You'd have to be more specific. I mean, Mariana Trench is an interesting topic. You know, what have we've explored 5% of the ocean? But I need to be specific what you're looking for. But I'm looking for a story, an underwater story, because that's where I think a lot of the UAPs are coming from there. Tom Arena's here. Love your work. My wife and I are hooked. Watch every day. Informative and great entertainment. I'm glad, man. Welcome aboard, Tom. Well, we got some super chats in the hopper. Bruins Cat, $49.99. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Human, I want you to know I said human. Thank you for all the dough tipping, as I'm sure you will find. Always is a good time. Ooh, 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 it's fun to tip the F-I-S-H. It's fun to tip the F-I-S-H.
Why? With the lobster hands.
It's a crab claw.
And but now what? How much did you spend to do that bit?
Oh my gosh, you don't even know. I have all kinds of surprises. But I have to tell you, I almost hyperventilated inside that cat head. Stuff was closing in. I thought I was gonna pass out. So I'm glad that you took me off because I was inside that hat going.
Yeah, you started to list starboard a little bit.
I'm like, holy crap, I'm gonna pass out.
That would have been funny content though, to see the crab cat on there and then she just slumps over. That would have been entertaining. Bruins Cat, amazing episode, the best one yet. Like 5 episodes crammed into one. So much information to pull together. Thank you so much. Also funny AF. I'm glad you liked it. That Mike Barra wrote a lot of tonight's episode, and I cut 30%. Like there was a lot more that we could have gone into, but I cut a lot of it. I had a little pizzazz, but I couldn't cut much more than I did because you miss a lot of just miss a lot of the context. A video on the Freemasons in the works, maybe in the Secret Societies episodes. Daniel Boner's here, $20. When the Yellowstone super volcano goes, that's going to be potentially world ending. Also, ever hear of the lost land of Antilla? I haven't heard of that. Legends where Antilles gets their name. Okay. Send that in the tips line. I'll definitely take a look at that. Yellowstone supervolcano. That would be bad. That might be an interesting topic. You know, the doomsday stories do well. I don't know. People like to be scared. Seamus is here. What if HARP has the simulation source code? What if aliens are our past that escaped an extinction coming back to check on the next? What's for dinner? I like the way you think, Seamus. It almost makes more sense that the UAPs are us than trying to cross those vast distances. You know, Gina was talking a little bit about it last week, that almost any explanation makes more scientific sense than crossing 30, 40 light years. Tom, and if you have that technology to do that, you're bending space, right? You're bending space-time. So if you have the technology to bend space-time, I don't know why you're crashing in Roswell. You know, and I mean, nowadays you don't have to change the oil in your car, but you figure a UFO would be more reliable. Do you guys want a Roswell story, by the way? Because they're pitching it to me, or they may be writing it already. They're not. The producers are nodding. It's not what I would have picked. Too much information. Admiral Byrd. I covered that. It's the video's Operation High Jump, and it's a good story. Admiral Byrd was an amazing guy, and Operation High Jump was the mission to Antarctica for various different reasons, but the real reason was to search for escaped Nazis and Nazi technology. But that, you know, there was a cover story involved. So Admiral Byrd goes down there and he's flying his plane solo, and he finds a hole in the earth and he flies the plane in there. I don't want to spoil it because it's fun what happens when he goes inside the hollow earth. But they were looking for Nazis and they found them. Tom Garrett says, another fantastic mind-bending episode. No channel fascinates and terrifies as consistently as the Y-Files. Of all the extinction scenarios, which worries you the most? Extinction, it doesn't worry me, Tom. Just like a major situation that affects our species, the human race, that worries me. Pole shift concerns me because I think it's actually happening. I think it actually is shifting. I just, you know, I hate to drop that situation on our children and grandchildren, but I kind of hope it waits because it's going to be bad when it happens. But mankind will recover from it. So I worry about that. I worry about solar activity, Tom. And currently I worry about someone dropping a tactical nuke, you know, in Ukraine. So those things worry me. But the stuff we talked about tonight doesn't, because it's all, we just happen to be living right in the middle of the 26 million year cycle. And there was even more explanations for why it's that cycle. You know, the Radcliffe wave was close to another event that I was thinking of doing. And it was that as our solar system orbits the galaxy, that there's this other cloud of, you know, it's the Oort cloud is with us. It's another cloud like the Oort cloud that's attached to some other system that we pass through, and that's what throws all the junk and the asteroids at us. If the Oort cloud was new to you and you're into space stuff, you should look into that. It's fun. You know, it's a shell of, it's mostly chunks of ice, but there's all kinds of stuff there, as big as planets. And there are trillions of objects, which is a number that we can't really understand. But it's trillions of objects in the shell around us that's way far out there. And then the Kuiper Belt, that's right on the edge. That's like our outer solar system. And then you come in a little bit more, and then there's the asteroid belt in there. All kinds of danger out there. The Great White, do you believe life started on Mars? I don't know about that, Great White. You know, I would think that that we'd find something in the soil of the rocks. And maybe they did. Remember, they found that meteorite that landed on Earth, but they know it was Martian rock, and there were looks like microbes in there. I'm sure you guys have seen that. But let me see if I can find that for you. Mars rock. I'm assuming you've seen this, but here's the picture. So this is found in the 90s. And this is controversial. Now, to me, it looks like could be bacteria. I mean, this is through a microscope. This isn't like you picked it up and like, oh, it's a worm. This is through a microscope. So this looks organic to me, but I just wish it was more. But still 20, 25, 30 years later, no one agrees. Where are you in the chat? Can you guys see this? What do you think? Professor B, electron microscope is correct. Sinister James, do you believe we'll make it to Mars to live? I don't think we would do that. That if we had to go to Mars to live, I think it would have to be an emergency. Mars is not friendly to us. The atmosphere is pretty much gone. So there's just some methane, and the soil on Mars is toxic to us. So if we went there to live, we'd have to be in a constant bubble. It's not like, let's say the Slickness says Elon's working on it. He's working on it, but there's no way to live there. Terraforming it, that's a long ways away. Avatar guy says life is everywhere. We even found it on Mars. Yep, we may have. We may have found it. There's no proof yet. If there is, it's been suppressed. Seamus says we will live on Mars. Okay. Mr. Daniel, no magnetic field, it's screwed. That's true. We need that. And the thing is, and if you saw the episode a few weeks ago, we probably could have lived on it at one point. I don't think anyone knows what the makeup of the atmosphere was back then when it was a blue planet. But you have to assume it was close to us because everything else is the same. The temperature was fine, liquid water. So if it had a nitrogen, oxygen atmosphere, we maybe could have lived there. Agent Chachi, Project Bluebeam. Yeah, I covered that a couple of months ago. But Jen's waving. But we can let her sit for a moment. But the thing is, if we did live there, or if life did evolve there, you would think there'd be some type of evidence of it. Just something. Priscilla Willis, cool, organic. Organics have been found on Mars.
Giveaway time.
No.
Yep. Yay!
Or what are we doing for the word?
Oh, we probably can't do Uranus. They'll probably just.
I think we could do we probably can't do this.
No, you can't. You
do
can't
your
do that.
anus.
No.
But how about be proud of your anus? How about that? Is that too much?
Well, it's not, but we'll see if they'll let it get through because it does
How
have
about
the word.
How about just Uranus?
Let's try it.
Or here's how it works if this is your first time playing. You type the word Uranus in the chat. That's the only thing. You can call it Uranus if you prefer. I like saying Uranus. I just like saying it. Put that in the chat. That's the only thing you put in there. You'll be entered to win. It's a random drawing. We click the button, somebody wins, and you win a $50 gift card to the Wi-Fi store. And I mean, what's Victoria doing? Is she still doing the Day of Beauty?
No, it's Gino's. Gino's doing stuff now.
Oh, Gino's giving foot rubs, right?
Yeah.
Gino.
I'm just gonna hide behind Tom here while this goes on.
I see that.
Yeah, Tom's in the way. Sorry, Tom.
Could you once? I mean, could you just one time conduct this live stream in a professional manner?
Buzz Darkin, thank you for $10. More frightening than 3 cryptid-sized mastiffs making a move on your In-N-Out burger bag. We all need a shot or two of Belvedere after that. Cheers. I don't. Was that scary?
A lot of people were talking about how scary it was.
A lot of
That the
people.
episode was that it was scary.
Mhm.
That we could become extinct. Who's this? Jen, could you read that?
That is Monsieur Peckerwood.
Monsieur Peckerwood, thank you for $5. Pro catastrophist, bring on the meteor. Better to end it quickly than let Disney destroy it slowly. Hail the hecklefish, fish's guppy mamas. Yeah, I mean the meteor would end it fast if you were in the blast radius. If you're on the other side of the planet, you're gonna die slow. Programmer X is here. 220 Canadian. Congrats on the 2 mil. Are we gonna get to 2.1 soon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We are at 2,084,133.
I get 2,084,133.
Mm-hmm.
And the tonight's episode is already at 188,000 views.
That sounds good.
That's good. We're number 1.
Kit Kat Giesinger says hi, Gino.
Aw.
Hi, Gino.
But
You can't see him. But
I can't.
we
Oh,
go.
there he is. There, we get him there.
Hi, Kat. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Do you know who that is?
I think I know who that is. That's my number 1 fan.
Looks like. Is she standing at a urinal? Looks like she's standing at a urinal.
No.
She's not in the urinal.
You never know these days. You know.
All right.
But I think Kat has every shirt we sell, by the way.
Oh, that's
Well,
amazing.
we love Kat. She can stand in a urinal picture. I'm not judging her. BHerb $4.99. Now my YouTube is suggesting a harp version of Shook Me All Night Long and a video of Uranus jokes. I hate technology sometimes. Yeah, after researching a topic, BHerb, my feed gets weird for a while. It gets weird for a while. We're hang on. Monitor turned off. We're about to hit 1,000 in the game. Can I hit the button?
Sure.
There's Monica, PJ, Heather's there, DWME, Elton, Wolf, Crawl, Blue Rooster, Mr. Green, Angelaski, Matthew Steven, KPN, Matthew J. Buckholes is the winner. Look, the girls are so excited, Matthew. And what's Matthew doing? Is that oh, it's a cat.
There's Cat.
There's a cat. I thought it was just an unattractive child, but it's a cat. So what Matthew has to do is well, we're going to give you Victoria's home number in the chat. Hang on.
No, we're not.
Or you could go to Discord and put in a help desk.
Well, you could text her.
No.
Text her and she'll call you back.
That's so funny. I was hoping that's what you'd put in there.
You know, it's been a week and no one took me up on the barbecue foot massage. I'm waiting in Discord. No one even texted me once, so still open.
So still open. Gino is willing to give a foot massage with barbecue sauce as and what is that's like the lotion? Sticky.
You know, or marinade.
Or marinade.
So, anyway, go to Discord and open a help desk ticket, and Victoria will get your email and your name, and we will send you a $50 gift card to the Wi-Fi store.
Let me put a link in there. If you guys aren't in Discord yet, just check it out. It's fun and it's free. But, you know, if you want to support the channel, a great way to do that is go to shop.thewifiles.com. You can buy all kinds of cool stuff. We every week is a new t-shirt to celebrate the episode, and they're limited run. They're only up there for 2 weeks. And this week, this is this week's t-shirt. Yep. Let's see if I can we see that?
So
that's
cool.
The 6th extinction. Oh, it's not, you know, it's just
As far as live streams go, this one is This one is terrible.
Wow. So he, this is SMK designs the shirts, the official artist of the channel. Wow, he got everything in there. Huh? I see a Weird Al in the background.
Yeah.
There's R2
Matthew,
down there.
go to Discord. Matthew's asking what to do again. Go to Discord and open a help desk ticket. And then we'll get to you and get your info.
Yeah, and then Victoria will call you and she'll talk you through everything that you need. So that's a great way. That's shop.thewifehouse.com is a great way to support the channel. If you want to become a Patreon member, their patrons make everything work. It's as little as $3 a month. And it really helps. But sometimes it's fun to just get stuff. Hey, you can get one of these beer steins. It's only $250. Now what's the deal with that beer? Why is this so much money?
The fans requested it. They wanted something to donate money to us, and they were asking for Cash App and things. We don't do that, so now they get a beer stein with their donation if they'd rather not give it all to YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, because YouTube takes so much.
And so they were begging for an alternative way. And so this is.
Did you get anything else with just the beer stein?
Our many, many, many thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. You figured that they would get like a 15-minute phone call with Victoria or something.
No.
15 to 20, like Cameo, like on Cameo.
No, that doesn't happen.
Maybe Victoria could record a gift, like a special birthday wish or something.
You could do that.
We can do that.
No, I can't do that. I'm just, she could do that. All right, so that's the plug for now. Shop.thewifehouse.com. How do I take it off? Oh, but if you do buy something, wear it and send it in. You should go up on the Wi-Files in the Wild wall, and your pictures at the end of every episode.
I love it.
Some of these, I added a bunch more today. I love when they're matching.
That is amazing. I love that.
Greenfoot looking good. Those look like good ones. That
Those look like our boys.
It looks like Bean on the right, but no. Yeah, but these, they don't have pink noses. So these cats, those are okay. They're not that great, but they're fine. But this week, Hecklefish tattoos.
Crazy.
Talk about being a super fan. And the simulation was at work because someone sent this to me. Amazing. I threw it on Instagram. Biggest fan ever. And then 2 emails later, I don't think I have it in here. Oh. Someone else got a Hecklefish tattoo. Different version of him. So we've got at least 2 Hecklefish tattoos in the wild. Anyone in the chat have a Hecklefish tattoo? Oh, my goodness.
Isn't it amazing what passes for a live stream these days? Boy, oh boy.
There's the other one.
There it is.
Where?
On my phone.
Yeah,
I'm showing it in my camera.
Oh, okay. That's not, so that's a different one?
Yep. Different one.
All right.
Crazy.
So shop.thewifehouse.com. Patreon. Did I get all the plugs in? Discord. I must have got the plugs in because I see that we lost 400 viewers while I was doing it. So I must have got them in.
No, I wrote it down. We gained 200.
Hey, look at that.
Andy Cass, $50.
I'm a fish, I'm a lover, I'm a freak. In the covers, I'm a swimmer, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed.
So you can watch Jen and Victoria dance. I mean, that's worth a super chat. King Biggles can't join the Discord. Why not?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know if we're gonna do. We could do tech support during the live stream, right?
Mods can. They will.
Rob, no, there's no panties in the store yet. But undies are coming. Pebbles, AJ, is that your pee break? No, my pee break is usually I can't stop this feeling. And that's how I go work on my Philosopher's Stone.
Appropriate.
Puts a smile on his little lips.
Andy says, AJ and team, love you guys. My brother Brian and I love our discussions following your episodes. You have outdone yourselves with this one. Keep doing the good your guys do, and know that you matter to so many. Live long and prosper. No?
That hand.
Gino? No. Well, thanks for the support, Andy. Appreciate it. Mike is there. Hi, Gino and AJ, Hecklefish, Victoria, and Jen too. We are anxiously awaiting story time. I don't know what time we're doing Gino's story hour, but hang on one second. But Gino, do you know what story is coming tonight?
What do we want? We want a cryptid? Do we want government conspiracy? Do we want Antarctica?
Just
we'll see. What does everyone want? Maybe Jen has an idea.
You see, just look at the face. See the face?
You're in trouble.
I get in trouble.
I was going to point out, as much as I don't believe in the simulation, do you see his avatar?
Whose?
Mike Willis's.
Well, that's his. Every week he's got that avatar. So you're saying because we showed it?
We were just talking about the diamond mugs, but he said this an hour ago.
And you don't think there's a simulation at work?
Nope.
But you keep seeing coincidences over and over all the time.
Yep.
It's just funny. It's just, just
weird.
Coincidences. That's it. All right. So Antarctica. So, Antarctica looks like what we're going to be hearing tonight.
All right.
Sir Antarctica. Who does Hecklefish? Hecklefish does his own voice. Who does your voice? Simulation winking at us all the time. Men Without Hats, Antarctica. Rendlesham Incident for Gino. GMC Boom, I have the Hecklefish birthmark. Does that count? That counts, but we got to see it.
That's awesome.
We got to see that. Redhead is here. When are we doing Gino Story Hour? Is that now?
I mean, we can. I think you should give me another hour in. I'll do it after the next giveaway.
Nicholas keeps asking about the Hinterkaifeck, I think that's how it's pronounced, massacre. We'll do that on the What Files when we do the True Crime channel. I'm only bringing it up because he's asked like 5 times now. So I just want to let him know we're not ignoring.
If the story has the word massacre in it, it's probably not one we would do.
Right.
So we got to stay monetized.
My story has the word massacre in it.
Oh boy. There they go. There goes the team. Paul's back. Couldn't watch tonight's episode due to some family stuff started here, but I played it on my phone for the view count. The bits I saw looked really good. Can't wait to watch it soon. Well, I appreciate that, Paul. Watchful observant talk about the Euphrates River drying up and strange sounds. I'd like to cover the strange sounds. I just have to look for a way to do it. But I wish I can get. Maybe it'll be more professional next week. But harp makes sound that you can hear, and the sounds it's really creepy. But you can't hear it. Sorry about that. Dread, when does the True Crime channel kick off? I don't know. It's going to take a little time. We got to get ahead with the White House first. Bridgewater Triangle, Havana Syndrome. I covered Havana Syndrome. The episode is the fear frequency. Christina Hinks asking, does Uranus make a sound? There's Mike Barra. Kick-ass episode. Once again, we see there is nothing I can hand to AJ that he cannot make perfect. I'll never have to lecture on this stuff again. I'll just play this video. Here's Mike Barra. Wrote most of this week's episode. Teresa Smith is there. We'll never know the capabilities of our society if we stop the influence of EMPs. Hagglefish, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and fish are from Uranus.
Finally, a human who gets it.
So many Uranus jokes in the chat. John Hobart is back. AJ, we love y'all. Handsome bastard. Let's not skip over how Hecklefish whipped you during technical difficulties. We saw the makeup spots on your bruises. Keep hitting the weights. Thanks, man. Marvy Marie, Art Bell played the harp sound on the show. That would make sense. Driftwood, Genobits. Genobit is coming. I wonder, I see him down there. I would figure that he'd be on his, on his phone or laptop cramming for a story. He's on his phone and laptop and iPad cramming for story hour. Cards 96 looks like a full house tonight. Yeah, a lot of folks in here. And aces over eights. Awakened Journey Mania is back, 555. Thanks for helping spark interest in these very important topics. In my non-conspiracy theory dad, he's binged most of the channel. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Y-Files is a conspiracy channel. We were talking about sponsors and advertising before. It's been a little bit of a challenge for the channel. Getting sponsors is because they look at it and like, oh, we don't want to do conspiracy. We don't want to sponsor this. And it's hard to explain that, no, we tell the story, then tell the truth. But if you don't know what we do here, I mean, how do you describe this channel? Like when we're out in the world and the worst thing to get asked is like, what do you do for work? Because here's how it went very recently. Oh, so what do you do for work? And I don't even want to answer the general answer and be like, oh, we run a YouTube channel. And the guy we were introducing went, oh, that's great. My daughter has one too. She's 7 and it's going really well. We're like, cool.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. It doesn't seem like a real job. But when someone says, oh, what's your channel about? What do you say?
Well, I always go, oh, it's really hard to, first I go, oh, well, it sounds crazy to say it, but we have a YouTube channel. And they're like, oh, and it's like, yeah, I know, but it's a thing. And I go, what's it called? Oh, it's called the Y-Files, WHY. And I say, so basically he takes stories that are kind of sound crazy or out there, and he tells the story, and then he explains like the truth behind it. And then I typically use your week before episode as like an example. Like I'll
Can someone
say,
open Google Maps, please? I got lost and ended up in Wacky Town.
like I'll say, last week he did this UFO incident in Brazil, and he talked about all the stuff, and then he debunks what he can, and if he can't, and then I somehow get around to mentioning the talking goldfish.
So you see how that goes? That's a long introduction for meeting someone with a handshake. It's hard to describe. I mean, you're saying that it's definitely a conspiracy channel. Okay. Cuddly Choya likes the debunking. I do too. It's not really debunking. It's just telling the truth. Byron 420 smoked DMT and the truth will be revealed. Maybe. Envious Jam says, you should just say you're the producers of the Y-Files. That would be fun if that was enough. But the way I avoid talking about it is I just never leave the studio. I live here at this studio. Should I grab the camera and take you guys around? Maybe not a good idea tonight. I live at the studio and I go home usually like two days a week. So don't spend a lot of time socializing with other humans. but Jen likes socializing and conversation. So when I finally do come home, oh my goodness. Because I was home last night for like first night and just and after about an hour, I was like, look, I just want to get it on Far Cry and have a Negroni.
Yeah,
You want to get all the conversation that you've been saving up.
I do. It has to happen because I'm here and I like being around people. And so, I'm talking to myself half the time, and then you come home and it's like, ah! And then the cats are like, yay! And we all kind of converge on you. And then you're like, all right, I need a second. Just give me a second. So.
There she goes. What? You had
Nothing.
more words?
No.
Black Canvas, Life Wanderers, $10. Like most things, I feel like the end of the world will be made in China. That's funny, but you might be right. Jeff Wallace, great episode, outstanding. In fact, I always learn something. So how many hours of research went into this episode? For me, about 8 or 10, because Mike did most of it. But normally it's about 40, 60 hours of research. Really depends on the topic, Jeff. Some of them are really easy to bang out. Like Mel's Hole, for example. There's not a lot to research there because it's just telling a story that one guy allegedly told. So I just listened to his 6-7 hour story and just kind of button it up into 20 minutes and try to make it fun. But then like an episode, like to do HARP, which we should do, that there's so much work that has to go into that. And coming up is the hollow earth theory. So much has to go into that because you need to get it right. And it's such an old topic. That's why Tartaria is not that hard. It's a pretty new story, but hollow earth has been around forever. So there's a lot to read and sift through, get the garbage out of the way. Brian is here. It's such a great episode. By far my favorite yet. That's great to hear. Not only if we could have less harp and more harps, same as less violence and more violence on TV. Nicely done. Well said. Ron Ramirez had a rat in the 90s. One night I went to bed. It jumped off its cage, ran into my bedroom, jumped in my bed and woke me up. I put her back and she did it again. Then the quake hit. They know. That's interesting. That's Do you have more words?
I just have to mention this because people are going to say, so by the way, we know that Northridge is in LA and not San Francisco. That was it. Sometimes when you got a lot of stuff going on, mistakes are made and they don't get edited out. But we lived in LA for 20 years. We know where Northridge is. So.
But you don't have to explain that. We make mistakes. You don't have to apologize.
I wasn't apologizing.
Okay.
I was making a comment. So we know.
I get 3 things wrong every week. I do. But when the stories are so dense, you're not going to get everything right.
Well,
but
right.
When people get annoyed about if I get something wrong, I have to remind them that this is not an encyclopedia channel. This is not,
right.
documentaries. This is entertainment. I do the best I can, and I just try to make it fun.
And we don't have, post-production supervisors and 5 people that are watching and then voiceover getting redone. It's just a thing. There you go.
This, how do you say this? Ustige. What's the avatar? That's like Smokey the Bear?
Uh-huh.
Smokey the Bear from your friends, Appleton, Wisconsin, USA, US.
Nice.
Demonic Hordes, what do you think he wants?
Black-eyed kids, do it!
David Weatherly wrote a book on them.
Do it!
There she goes. Literally, black-eyed kids, children. There it is. So he's been wanting me to cover this forever. It's hard to cover because it's not real and there's no photos. But if there's a decent book, you know, like with Mel's Hole, you know, I could just kind of do a book report on it and just, you know, do some more research, add some more pizzazz. What do you think? You guys want a Black Eyed Kids episode? I keep avoiding it. Adernum just finished tonight's episode. Please do more hour-long episodes. They're killing me, man. That's why tonight's show is low energy. Because those long episodes, they're a lot. Seamus wants a Black Eyed Peas episode. That would be fun. Patrick saw all 108 videos. All right. Because they're definitely creepy enough to do. Well, Monstrum covered it. She does a pretty good job. So, like, I just the images that I would do, this stuff bothers me. Like, I know 99% of people wouldn't care, but all you did was take pictures of kids and black out the eyes. That's not, you know, that's what you did. You photoshopped black eyes. I want the real one. I want the picture, the black-eyed kid in the window. I've seen this one around. That's a real photo. They just made kids creepier back then. Now kids are just mostly annoying. Back then they were creepy. All right, so I'll keep thinking about that one, demonic. Carlos Salamas is here. Hello, I got a question for AJ. Why you use the Illuminati triangle symbol when you say bye at the end of shows? Hello, Victoria. And
Hello, Carlos.
that's all. I just wanted her to say hello. That's not the Illuminati triangle symbol. That is the Shaolin Kempo salute, is what that is. Kempo is a part of my life for many, many years. Yellow Umbrella Homer is back. Harp definitely needs its own episode. I agree. We're going to put that one in the hopper. Actually, Jenny, is that on that should be on our list for like maybe the fall. Do Harp episode. If Mike Barr is listening, maybe he wants to work on that. If he wants to. I just found another one. All right. You know, it's kind of, some of these are winning me over. Oh, I shouldn't have searched for this. Yeah. Well, if anyone has a Black Eyed Kids photo, I'm in the market. Dabby Dibbit, Deglaka, CIA rock groups, Upside Down, Ancient Rome, and Younger Dryas. Those are some good suggestions. Deglaka comes up a lot. Tricky to do because of the Nazi stuff, but only because of YouTube. I'd love to do a video on Nazi technology. You know, the way to do it is to do the video and just have it done much earlier. Then it gets demonetized and give me a chance to appeal. And then someone will watch it and say, oh, it's just a history channel. That's all it is. But since I'm always late, the video's up and then it gets demonetized and it's too late for me to change it. It's just like, we're done. Oh, pardon me. That's terrible.
Do I watch the After Files live stream or do I punch myself in the face? Tough decision.
But if I had times, I could get someone to watch it. And then I think we'd be okay. Let's see. Bruin's cat. We got him ready. Got that. Got that. Where are we in the list? Mike Robinson, deeply disturbing, deeply researched. Love the multiple callbacks to topics discussed in previous live events and how you brought it all together cohesively and intelligently. Thanks, man. And there's What Chef, longtime fan. This is my favorite series on YouTube. Great episode. Really enjoy the show. So need to drop a small tip because how much I enjoyed it. I appreciate the tip. What Chef? And Rune Lady's here. So what if I don't know what apocalypse means? It's not like it's the end of the world.
Okay, that was funny.
Jen liked it. For our drums is back. I really hope that AJ shows up and getting concerned that the Crab Cat army took him away. Fight back. I know you can defeat them. Maybe it's just a computer problem. Here's some green to help fund a new computer. I appreciate that for our drums. Maybe have to. She's down there again.
I just wanted to let you know that's how far behind you are in the super chats. Was that he sent that in before you got into the stream, and you came into the stream at 16 minutes in.
All right. Well, last call has been called.
You got some time to catch up.
Last call has been called. So apologize if I don't get to you. Hudson Vintage is there. How to collect and sell it. The Shadow People episode was the only episode I could not finish. This one is the best so far. Yeah, that's the only episode that scared me. The Shadow People episode, because I had an experience that was the scariest experience of my life. And I mean that seriously. It was the scariest thing that ever happened to me. So if you haven't seen that episode and you want to know the story, it's in there. Buckmaw, it was the best episode ever. Several times during the show, I said, holy crap, hitting on all cylinders tonight. I appreciate that, Buckmaw. Al Schuster's here. I'll take ads. Got to fight the lizard people. Got to fight. People are making end of the world jokes like there's no tomorrow. Zeb Francis, fantastic episode. By the way, my name is Zeb, pronounced with an umpty. Shout out to my girl Rune Lady up in her. Oh, ladies, oh, how I like to funk thee. Tony Hay Munkets. Science is a search for the creator. The stuff they discovered is minute. To say you believe in science is ridiculous. Maybe over 1 billion years. God will say, oh, you found me. Now figure this out. Could be. Tony Hay getting deep. As always, Keith Eichley's here. Wow, you got me and Tasha changing underwear over here. Great episode. Don't forget to update Real Player on your computer. Mr. Nut, is that still a thing? Mr. Naughty and the ad read was so great. And OMG 64, if you relax, LL, be safe, be kind. And to you, Mr. Eichley and Tasha. Pegasus Angel's back. Great and interesting episode today. I always love how you guys do sponsors with the skits. Yahtzee. Also, no one gonna talk a lot. The fact that AJ tried to ring Lord Hecklefish's deck. Bad human. Now, he had a lot to say tonight. What's going on in the chat? Cook the fish. Space propaganda has just been saying cook the fish over and over all night. He's fine. Which of my favorite documentary is The Matrix. Yeah, that's true. So RH negative blood that's been on my list really since the beginning. I didn't know how much razzle dazzle it has. But Gino's gesturing. He's thumbs up and he wants to come on. He doesn't want to come. All right. But watch. He's not ready. I'm going to bring him up. But he's not ready.
I'm ready. Put me in, coach. 68% of abductees have that blood type. So that is something that we should consider.
Oh.
That's what I just wanted to tell you.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking because there's a few other things about that blood type that would be fun.
Well,
Yeah.
the royal family heavily have that blood type, and a lot of celebrities. A real lot of celebrities. In fact, the queen used to carry around the blood with her in case something happened to her. She would always have blood with her.
Wow. Jen's got to put that on the list.
I'm RH negative.
What?
I'm RH negative. Does that mean I'm going to get abducted by aliens? What? I am.
All right. There she goes. That's her blood type. Or we'll put that on the list. Story time. What do you want to do?
I'm going to do it after the next giveaway. I want to. If people really want to watch, they should stay on for a few extra minutes.
All right. Gino Story Hour coming up. Gino Bits. Not going to miss that. I don't know what it's going to be. Mike and Murph, $10. The only channel on YouTube that I anticipate weekly. Truly love you guys. Thanks for provoking thought in this old engineer's brain. You're welcome, Mike. I'm glad you're out there. I got to get the black-eyed kids off the screen. They're distracting me. Scary. Thomas, Anton Petrov is a good science explainer on YouTube. He had a video on February 11th this year explaining why the Earth's core did not really stop. Worth watching. Yeah, I will check that out, Thomas. Appreciate the super chat. Nancy's here, 55 Canadian.
Hookah chaka, hookah, hookah, hookah chaka, hookah, hookah. I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Human, you just don't realize what your tips do to me. When you tip me, I can pay my bills and you make me tingle in my gills. Oh, your tips are amazing, and I think it's crazy that you send cash to me.
This episode needs a coffee mug too, please. This should be something to drink my coffee out of in the morning.
What kind of coffee?
Caveman Coffee Co.
CavemanCoffeeCo.com. Use promo code Wi-Files for 20% off.
Man, there it is. But I could just use this promo code at the top and still get 20. You get an extra 20?
You could have used that promo code, but we don't get any love from that. So if you want to give someone else that referral, go ahead. I mean, I'm just happy to be selling coffee, but if you want us to know at the Wi-Files that you did it, you could send in a little note. You could, plenty of stuff that you could do. I'm watching you guys. Who's supporting Gino's coffee? Come on.
So we're trying to, it's like you got some coffee into him. You keep going. But have you settled on the name?
Yes, but we're not going to tell you because we're going to do a reveal.
Yeah, but I was going to ask the chat for the name of the coffee. Don't ask them. But they might come up with a better name than you came up with.
Well, that's your opinion.
It's a good coffee mug. I think the T-shirt art would actually make good mugs. Now that you mention it, Nancy. How do you plan to manage the inevitable competing Hecklefish YouTube channel? Will AJ continue to collab? I don't know. Not if he gets too big. I mean, you guys hang on a second. Hang on. There it is. There it is. You guys probably know this already, but he does have his own channel. There he is. So he's Hecklefish Moriarty. So if like tonight's rant, his climate change rant, the full rant is on his channel. I couldn't put the whole, 45 minutes where he went off on Davos, and it was one world government stuff. Bilderberg had some stuff about the Clintons in there. I couldn't put that in. I try to keep it balanced. But on his channel, that stuff is in there. And if you ever hear him do like a clip of a song or something, usually the whole song will be on his channel. There's his Uranus joke is on there. His Virginia jokes are on there. It's maybe not for kids. His analese. Now that I look at it on one page, it's probably not for kids. But yeah, that's Hecklefish channel. Doug, we got you. Appreciate the support. Harrick Barshki. Barshki. Harrick's here. $10. Just a matter of time. We're all circling in the cosmic bowl, and the big flush is on its way. But as always, AJ, Jen, Victoria, Gino, and Hecklefish, great show. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's a dangerous universe out there. It's almost like, why doesn't it happen more often? There's so much dangerous stuff out there, but it speaks to how big space really is. It's beyond comprehension. But episodes like this get you thinking. It's dangerous out there. Kent Brew, $50 super sticker. I appreciate that. Kent keeping the channel going. Tambra Nicole Kendall. Appreciate all the hard work by everyone. Love you, Hecklefish. Hope to write for y'all soon and become involved with this fantastic channel. All right. Is Tambra Nicole Kendall writing for the channel? Indeed. Always pithy. Leon Ambrose, thank you for $5. I might be the only one who knows about one of my other favorite shows, In the World Night Court. LOL. Good show. Take care, everybody. Yeah, Leon, it was a great show. Such a good show. Blackbeard's here. Longtime supporter of the channel. Great episode. I can't believe you didn't disprove any of the claims tonight. We gave some balance to it, but you can't debunk HARP because nobody really knows. Do we have a context warning on that yet? Looks like we're still in the clear. But where are we at? 830. So 240,000 seems pretty good. So that's good news. There's JD 25. Here's 25 to go to your MacBook Pro fund. I appreciate that, JD. And now you see the moth just flying right in front of my face. Like it's just one of those nights. Jen sees it.
So unprofessional. This isn't a live stream. This is a circus.
I don't want everybody to see me just murder this moth. I may have to murder it. Arlene Faith is here. Please do one on Shambhala and Agartha. Love your style. Very entertaining. Agartha will be a part of actually Shambhala would be as well, part of the Hollow Earth story, which is in the works. Connor Fitzgerald's here. Great episode tonight. Here's a tip for Lord Hecklefish, the strictest but fairest Lord, and his guppy sport payments. I even picked up one of those fistable mugs to support as well. He's talking about this one. You can get this. You can get your own fist. All the mugs on the Wi-Fi's, they're all fistable. We think that's important. There they are. Yeah, depends on the fist, but it's a great way to support the channel. And Patreon is a cool way to support because there's special perks like before every episode on Thursdays, we do a Patreon only. It's like a live stream. It's me and the gang, but you can get on camera and everybody can talk. If Patreon members, and then tomorrow morning we do another one for people in different time zone. So it's a great way to support the channel for as little as $3 a month, or if you like to get stuff, which I understand, shop@thewifiles.com. Kekui says, always fist a mug before you buy it. That's true. Do a video on controlled opposition and gatekeepers. It was kind of new information to me tonight about the astrology. it was crazy to learn about, because I don't believe in astrology. But, in Nelson's experiments, he was correct 95% of the time. Pat for mug, then fist mug. Okay. Hi, Ekes is here in the chat. Good to see you. If there's a moth man, is there a moth woman? It's right here. I can kill it, but it's going to look super weird if I kill it. But I think the Mothman can identify however it wants these days. Race of Giants, please do one on Men in Black documentary. Blake, people have asked for that, but how do you really cover that? Just tell the stories of when they showed up, what they do. I kind of need to know what intrigues you about the Men in Black, and I'll cover it. WCF Invader need a 9/11 video disproving the official story. I can't do that one. YouTube would not allow it. That's something that I could do maybe on Rumble or for Patreon, but can't do that on YouTube. Nope. Some interesting astrology going on in the chat. Maybe I'm a believer. Corey Edwards loves the Wi-Fi and team. Still wish I can get my Hecklefish voicemail, though. I can have him do a voicemail for you. Corey, maybe email, or better is open a ticket with Victoria. I'll take care of that for you. Take it on Discord. Joe P, outstanding episode. Hecklefish was on point tonight. AJ Harp killed your keyboard and messed up your audio. They're after you. By the way, commercial was great, very entertaining. Already downloading the game. Harp killed the keyboard, maybe. So the game is free. So what's the deal? Is it? They're not sponsoring this, so I could. So is it? Is it like? Is the game the game is free? I'm not going to name it just in case, but it's free. So how do they make money? They want you to is it one of those where you buy coins or?
Yeah, there's in-game purchases like most mobile games.
Oh, that's common.
Oh, that's how they make their games. I mean, their money.
I don't play a lot of mobile games, but Jen, have you played mobile games before?
Yes, but I typically don't play like the shooter games. I play just like puzzle games.
Well, Jeff is asking, is the Wi-Fi's site down? Well, we gotta check. Seems to be up. Seems to be up, Mr. Jeff. I think it could be a DNS issue. What do you think?
Might be.
Who's Bruin's cat is back $49.99.
Tippity doo da, tippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of money coming my way. Tippity doo da, tippity yay.
Oh, I was checking the site because somebody else was like, "No, it is down," but it's not. It's not down. I'm on it right now.
I'm able to see it also. We used to run a technology company, and one of the things that we used to have to tell everyone was zap your PRAM. Now, you really have to understand a little bit about computers to know what that means, but that might help you figure out your DNS issues. Back when Macintoshes and Windows machines were like separate, me and AJ ran a company. AJ was one of the founders called Mac Connect. It was the first and only Macintosh internet provider at the time. And so you had to do a lot of different type of tech support that wasn't usual. So AJ made the mistake of bringing me on board to be the tech support guy. So I just talked to people all night long. Usually I'd get on the phone and I just start talking to them instead of, because zapping the PRAM only takes a few seconds, But through doing that, you got to meet a lot of really interesting people, especially who were Mac users back then in the late 90s.
Zapping the PRAM. That I don't know. That sounds weird.
It was the go-to on really 90% of all of the support calls.
Well, it's just like saying, have you restarted it? I was super excited because my parents Skype me all the time and they go, hey, something's going on. Can you tell me what's wrong with my computer? And it's like, well, no, I can't because I don't know what's happening. I can't see it. I found out that Windows, if you're both on Windows 10, there's built-in remote access to computers if you both have Windows 10. So I found it and I was like, here, connect me. And I just got on their computer today like 3 times and fixed it. So anyway, there you go, people. There's a little tip if you're helping aging parents with
Hey, Tommy,
computers.
did someone go on Grubhub and order crazy? I think your delivery is here.
What the
And I
hell is
hope
going on?
I'm not breaking any confidentiality, but one of our customers back in the day there was Paul LaViolette, who was an astrophysicist who was on Coast to Coast a bunch of times. Really, really interesting stories he would tell.
I bet.
Well, you want to get this giveaway out of the way so we can get the Gino Story Hour?
Yes. Whee!
Story Hour, and then we'll wrap up nice and early tonight. All right, what's the word?
Zap the PRAM.
Zap. But P, you want to write it like Pram, or do you want to write like PRAM?
You can't write it like PRAM because it'll get flagged. So PRAM, zap the PRAM.
All right, here's how it works. If you're just popping in, and I don't know.
As far as live streams go, this one is terrible.
What you do is just type zap the PRAM, all is one word, no spaces in the chat. It's the only thing you type. And you get entered to win. Someone just gets chosen at random. Up there, there goes zap the PRAMs. And what you win a $50 gift card to the Wi-Fi store. I mean, if you're going to get a $50 gift card, you might as well spend 60, right? But also you get, I think we decided on a 20-minute, like a personal call with Victoria, like Cameo, and you could talk about whatever you want.
Gino.
Oh, Gino.
Yes.
You could tell Gino a story. Actually, you could tell Gino a story on Discord anytime for free.
Yeah.
I'm there listening for sure.
wants to
We get some of the craziest stories out there.
All right, we'll give folks a chance to get in there. Harp killed your keyboard. Did we get to? Did I get to Bruins? What was the most surprising info you discovered while researching the episode? It was Nelson's work that the alignment of the planets is affecting the sun. I could have done a whole episode just on that information because it's fascinating and it's mathematically and physically impossible. Because the sun is 99. Check my math, but it's 99.86, I think is the number, of the mass of the solar system. The sun is 99.86. That's most of it. So it's 99.86% of the gravity. So everything else in the solar system is 0.14% of mass and gravity. And yet the alignment of planets is affecting that star. That, how could that even be? And affecting it so much that it's magnetically exciting the sun. It's causing potentially weather events and earthquakes. Bruin's cat, that was bananas to me, and could explain astrology, which I told you I don't believe in, but it got me thinking more about it. Because astrology is, the modern astrology is the goofy stuff to me. If you're into it, horoscopes, that you do you. But not too long ago, astrology was part of like alchemy. It was a science. And like so many of those old sciences sometimes it takes new sciences to realize that they were onto something that just kind of got obscured. So that's amazing to me. Bruins cap. Blackberry Fairy. My theory. The government scientists didn't like this episode because you touched a nerve, so they made all your stuff not work. Love y'all. You might be right. The government does not like this channel. But you know what? The feeling is mutual.
Somebody put rock the Casbah instead of zap the PRAM, and now that's ringing in my head with the words zap the PRAM.
Skinny Cartman missed my super chat, I believe, with a star so we could see it. Yeah, if I don't get to your super chat, I apologize. But we're gonna have a nice early tonight. Zap Uranus. That will not win, but that's funny. Zap the PRAM. Most people got it. Kung Fu Killer's recommending the show out there. That's it. Spread the word, Kung Fu Killer. Spread it like a venereal disease. Is that still a thing that they say? Venereal? No. They don't say venereal? What do they call it? Itchy?
Now they
got a little itchy.
Now they call them STIs.
Kevin Potts, pap the T-Ram. That's called a spoonerism. Grab him by the P-Ram. With Spud. Terry Wright, rock the Casbah. Hi from Czechoslovakia. STIs aren't fun, says G20. They don't sound fun. Zap Brannigan. Zap P-Ram.
Ethan Wood is saying, why is everyone spamming Zap P-Ram? Ethan,
I guess he's just dropping in. Yeah, I mean, if you show it up in the middle of the contest, it's gotta look weird. No Applebee's, Colorado kid. No Applebee's this week. We did it last week. Big Papa can't get too fat. Touch the P-Zam. Mike D's there, 501. Regarding evidence of ET visitation.
This live stream is so unprofessional. Really, what are you even doing?
Are you familiar with photographs showing 9 satellites in geosynchronous orbit in 1950? No, Mike. I would like to see those. But how do we find those? 9 satellites, 1950. Going to be hard to find, right? Maybe not. 9 grouped anomalies appeared then disappeared on a star survey in 1950. 9 satellites before Sputnik. 9 grouped bright anomalies appeared then disappeared on photographic plate taken in April 1950 as part. They're not showing it, so I'm just reading it. As part of the historic Palomar Sky Survey. This was well before the first satellites, and given that they disappeared within 30 minutes, if they weren't false positive, this makes them most likely to be within the solar system. They discussed the work. There's a link to, I mean, is there an article in Nature about this? Like Mainstream covered it. Exploring 9 simultaneously occurring transients. Optical counterparts, flaring dwarf stars, fast radio bursts, gamma ray bursts, or microlensing events. One possible explanation is that the plates have been subjected to an unknown type of contaminant. It's always, it's always gunk on the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, I didn't know about that one. That's interesting. I'm going to look into that. Ryan, concerning the end of humanity and continuity of government, you should make an ep about the Peters Mountain facility in Virginia. It's Raven Rock for the CIA. I live next to it. Here's Mountain Shelter. And that can't be it. Mountain facility. Virginia. AT&T, of course. The secret mountain our spies will hide when Washington is destroyed. Jenny, can you write this one down?
Yep.
That's Peter's Mountain facility in Virginia. This isn't paranoid conspiracy fiction, but that we love that though. This exact scenario was played out this week. America's Prepare-a-thon yesterday. Everyone's got prep in their garage or basement, right? Everyone's got MREs and fuel, ammo. You got it, right? Better get it.
You should have it.
The bunker's purpose is completely secret, though I was easily able to verify it has been expanded and spiffed up in the years since 9/11 at a cost of tens of millions of dollars. It serves as a compact parable for everything that is wrong with government. Oh, I don't know who wrote this, but I like your style. Prepare-a-thon was described by its sponsor FEMA as a grassroots campaign for action. I don't trust anything sponsored by FEMA. What about the spies? All right. For the first time this year, this is, I think, 2015, the Director of National Intelligence, DNI, announced that it would be participating in the Prepare-a-thon with something called the National Intelligence Emergency Management Activity. The DNI merely describes it as providing the framework, platforms, and systems to enable the DNI and lead an integrated and resilient intelligence community enterprise capable of sustaining the intelligence cycle under any crisis or consequence management event, both at our headquarters and at our alternate operating locations. Nicely done, Ryan. That's a good story.
That's good.
Jen likes it too.
How many Zap2P RAMs do we have now?
843 Zap2P RAMs.
Well,
You ready to
let's do it. Yeah.
There's James, Mike, Phil, Simon, Stephanie, Logan, John, Thomas, Trevor L, Robert, Joel, Randall, About That Island, Nat F. That's the point is the winner.
Yay, that's the point.
That's the point is the winner. You have just won a $50 gift card to the Wi-Fi store, but spend $60, right?
But look, you could get one of these awesome lizard crossing hats.
Is that one?
Nice.
Is that a Wi-Fi's hat? What is that?
It is. It's.
Wait, hold that up. So that's a lizard. Is that a lizard people crossing?
Yeah, lizard people crossing. It's embroidered. It's very nice. So, go get one.
How how much do those set you back?
They're 20 something. You have one that's here too.
Because I'm not in charge of the store. They take care of the store. That's why some of the prices are wacky.
I got you one too.
I got a lizard crossing hat.
You have a lizard crossing hat. We have Wi-Fi's hats. Oh, there I am.
There you are.
Right there. Wearing this hat.
$22. Is that a lot or is that good?
That's good. That's good.
All right. So we got, where did you go? That's the point. You won the $50. Victoria will call you. Make sure you schedule that time. Mornings are usually best for her, but no, it's really up to her. All right, there they go. John Holbert says, since I'm always such a crabby bastard, aren't we all freaking tired of the self-anointed elites and governments of the world keeping everything from us, even though we pay for all of their fun? Revolt. I can't disagree with any of that. They can't do anything without us. There just aren't enough of us, John, that are awake. Most people are not awake. The vast majority are not awake. No revolt. Beckett.
Besequa?
Besequa, computer needing Update is hilarious. 2, holy crow, this episode was jam-packed. I think I stood right in front of the TV for most of it. And 3, I have some ears. Jen said something about a head. Did not hear that all the way, just saying.
Jen said something about a head. Uh,
Oh,
This-
great. Now I have to spend the rest of the day with that in my brain. Thanks a lot.
this was a while ago.
All right. Well, we'll let Jen work on that for a while. She'll decipher that puzzle. She'll get back to us. Jonathan Dorick, Caveman Coffee. Gino's very happy to see that. The Lazy March, 10 Australian. Hi, AJ. When you come up with this kind of episode, it makes me thinking that maybe we're in the simulation. Oh, we are. And maybe the creator is the ancient human civilization. Great episode today. Could be right, Lazy March. We are in the simulation. Apophis asteroid is 2029, is 3,600 years after Pharaoh Apophis' reign, 1590 to 1550 BC, ruled 40 years. Coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. Jesus. I believe in the simulation. Casey Gilbert, $20. You, your family, and crew absolutely lovely and appreciate all your help. Well, you're lovely too, Casey. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support. There's Envoy. I woke up yesterday thinking that it'd be interesting if we were the descendants of people from Mars and they just parked their spaceship in orbit and cloaked as the moon. That would be cool. It could be. You know, the moon as a spaceship is something I thought was the wackiest theory until I did the episode, and then now I'm a believer that the moon is there's at least for sure there's stuff going on in there. Artificial, probably. Moon is probably artificial. It doesn't make sense that it's there. It's too big and it's too close. We've never found another planet with a moon system like this. Not another planet anywhere. And we found thousands of exoplanets. None have moons like this. What's going on in the chat? Reckless Conduct says Gino gets to tell a story now. Is it time for Gino's story hour?
Mm-hmm.
Gino's bits? Does he just go up on screen by himself when he tells the story? No.
I don't think I need to be by myself because you guys, if you have questions, that's better for the story. I mean, not that I'll have the answers, but you know, it's a conversation. It's not just me telling a story. Well, I don't know. I'll do whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me.
You go for it. We'll stay here and talk to you.
Okay.
It's story time?
Yeah.
Is that what we want? We're ready?
Everyone gather the kids. Super Mike Allen, Victoria is a goddess in red. G20 lights, camera, action.
Well, the story I was going to tell tonight is I kind of did a little bit of a trick. So I asked, did you want Antarctica? Did you want cryptids? Did you want government conspiracy? I got one with all of that stuff in it. So, and I'm going to say right off the bat, not debunkable. Maybe not believable, but not debunkable. So there was a guy in the 1990s. He was a doctor. He was a lieutenant in the Navy. And he gets sent down to McMurdo base down in Antarctica, which, you know, there's not a lot of people on Antarctica at any time. Usually, you know, I don't know, somewhere around 4,000 people or so at a time. So it's not like there's just doctors everywhere. There's no hospitals, whatever. So he's sent down there, and he's the only doctor on the entire base. So he gets down there, and things are a little weird to him. He's going out on this base is soldiers and researchers, and you know, again, he's the doctor, so he's going out with researchers who have military guys with them once in a while, things like that. But they're not allowed to go to certain places. And he thought, all right, something's wrong with these places. But come to find out, there's nothing environmentally wrong or anything like that. They're just the forbidden zone. He doesn't know why. He could see out there while they're driving that if they went right through there, it would be way quicker to get back to the base, but they're going like 5 miles doing triangles, 5 miles out of the way just to get around these forbidden zones. He could see that there's like while he was on one of his missions, he could see that there's a huge building out there miles away because it's pretty desolate and flat. You could see a long way. So he could see there's a huge building out there with a white roof. But they're not allowed to go there. So anyway, he goes back to base, and he's on a tour, so it's months long. So while he's out there, he says to the guys, "Hey, how come we're not allowed to go out over here?" And they're like, "Shh." They don't want to talk about it. No one wants to talk about it. No one's friends. No one's being friendly. No, so he knows, hey, something's up, So shortly after, he's back at the base. And now all of a sudden, they bring in this soldier who's all ripped up inside, like deep cuts. And he's fixing him up, and he's like, hey, what happened to this guy? And, because they got him under anesthesia, the thing on his mouth. And they say, oh, he slipped on some rocks. And they're like, no way he slipped. And he's thinking, there's no way this guy slipped on some rocks. He has no rock debris inside of him. These are deep cuts. It looks like he got attacked by some kind of animal or something. So, so as the guy's coming out of the anesthesia, he stitches the guy up, whatever. And the guy's coming out of anesthesia, and he starts saying something. He's like, what is this guy saying? And he's saying, we thought they were dead. We woke them up. And so the doctor's like, what that guy's just saying? He goes, we let him loose. It was our fault. So now the soldier that's in the room starts saying, shut up to the guy on the table, and goes and gags him. And the doctor's like, yo, you're going to kill this guy. He's got an oxygen mask on. You can't be sticking something in his mouth while he's whatever. So they realize what kind of situation it is, and they put an M16 on the doctor, and they order him back to his barracks. So now he gets out of there. He's not going to fight with the soldiers over it. He's worried that they're going to kill this guy just because he's talking, but he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's all he said. So now he has to stay in his barracks until they fly this guy off site. Hopefully that's what happened to the guy. He just had an M16 on his head. He knows something's crazy going on. He got sent to his room. It's weird. So the CO of the base hears what happened and realizes that this guy's asking questions. Hey, this guy didn't get hurt by rocks or whatever. So the captain, the commanding officer of the base, and he tells the guy, look, you're too smart for your own good. We don't need guys like you. The last doctor was too smart. And he's like, what does that mean? The last doctor was too smart. So he knows he's got to shut up right now. He's dealing with a real tough guy, commanding officer, and he's a lieutenant. He can't go above his rank. So so again, that's what the captain says to him. So he's like, I got to figure out what's going on here. So he's trying to buddy up with all the grunts and the researchers, but no one's having it. No one will tell him anything. So he's like, I'm going to do my own investigation. Now he was smart. He's going to Antarctica, so you can't bring many stuff. It's like Survivor. What kind of stuff you bring? So he was smart enough to bring an Apple IIsi. Now, if you're into computers, we're going way back here. That thing's not even on. There's no internet down there for the Apple IIsi. The reason he brought it is he's playing Flight Simulator on it. That's his pastime. He's got nothing to do down there. I don't know if you remember seeing the original Flight Simulator, how pixelated it was and things like that. But it was a fun game. It was one of the things, even though it was a game, it was very realistic. So anyway, he has this Apple IIsi there. So he started taking notes and things like that on the Apple IIsi. So that comes back into the story a little later. This guy's gathering some evidence, So so he gets sent out on a collection run with one of these researchers, and they're collecting samples. Like, he's the doctor, he's not doing anything. The researchers out there doing the stuff. And all of a sudden, the storm stuff is coming in. He's like, all right, we got to pack up and get out of here. We can't get caught in the storm. And so they pack up and they get in the truck and they're driving back. And all of a sudden, boom, they hit something. He's like, what was that? Ka-kunk, ka-kunk. So they get out. So they get out of. They think they hit a person. It's not like there's deer running around up there. There's not really many penguins. Inland. It's not like there should be anything. It's pretty much desolate. So they get out, and he knows he hit something. So he's on one side of the truck. The other guy's on the other side of the truck. And all of a sudden, the researcher is like, it's nothing. Get back in the truck. Get back in the truck. And he's like, okay. But he could see from under the truck these long, spindly legs, like 7 foot long. So it's like, what is that?
Human looking?
Not human looking. They looked like the legs from the creature in Cloverfield is how it was described. So long, dwindly legs. Maybe you could get up a picture of that. So now he goes back to base. The guy won't talk about it. The researcher won't talk about it. He goes, white when he sees this thing, and he's like, I really gotta find out about these things. What's going on? So he befriends one of these grunts who's like tough guy, green beret, but sort of I don't want to say simple-minded, but maybe on the autism spectrum a little bit. And he has this conscience and feels bad about what's going on. So the medical doctor is also trained in psychology. So this grunt guy starts faking injuries and sicknesses so he could go talk to the doctor. And in these sessions, he's telling the doctor what's going on. This is what's out there. They're typically about the size of Great Danes, and they're huge spider-like creatures with 6 to 7 foot long legs. Now, that's what they sort of look like. So I sent you this, which is the guy from the Dark Crystal. That's what it reminded me of when I was hearing the story. So typically these things are about Great Dane size, but they grow really fast. So, but that's all he knows. They're about Great Dane size. He doesn't know much else. So now again, some time's going on, and now they're bringing people in who are dying, and he has to. And so like they bring in, and they're telling him, hey, just say they died of hypothermia. So that's what he's writing down. He doesn't want to get in trouble. He doesn't want whatever, but they're all cut up. And now a guy comes in who's ripped apart. No legs, guts hanging out of the bottom, but he's frozen solid. He's a big chunk. They can't do anything about it. So they got to thaw him out. When they thaw the guy out, they say to the doctor, you need to make this guy look like he died of hypothermia before we send him back to the family, because, I don't know. I guess they think they're going to have an open casket with half a guy. So now he's like, again, he's keeping his notes. He's doing everything he can because he knows this is, this is crazy. What's going on here? So again, they thaw out the guy. He stitches them up as best as possible, and sends them off. So now he's like, I don't know. And that wasn't a military guy. That was a researcher. So I think I could be getting it wrong. Another researcher comes in dead, maybe a different guy, and he finds a journal in the pocket of a researcher. In the journal, it describes these things again, that they look like spiders, arachnids. They got these long spindly legs. It looks like they got 5 legs, but I think it's 4 legs and one like thing that could attack people. So and not only that, but they grow to 30 to 40 feet tall. That's how big they could get. So which also comes into play a little later. The reason we even know about this is because there's a picture of them out there, and it's on Google Earth. So that is how the whole thing started. I'll tell you about that in a second. So anyway, he finds this journal. In the journal, it describes all these sorts of creatures besides just this thing. They're calling this thing a strider. because it's not exactly a spider, but it looks, somewhat like a spider. So they're calling them striders. So now he has the journal, and he has this guy Jones who's telling him all the stories, But now he's like he's like he's like really snooping around now. Um, so uh, so now he's like, normally I wouldn't condone this, but he's ready to do whatever he has to do to figure this out. So he starts breaking into everyone's office, and he breaks into his commanding officer's office. I don't know. He's Antarctic Ocean's 11 here, and he breaks in. He gets all of these documents, and he's like taking pictures of them. He has some Polaroids, things like that, and the documents are talking about how they need extra supplies and ammo and a ton of ammo. And there's no reason you'd need ammo during the cold months there because there's nothing up there. What are you shooting? There's not even polar bears where they are. So there's nothing to shoot, and people are still coming in, ripped apart. So he's taking these pictures, whatever. He gets caught. They take all the pictures. They lock him down. Now his tour is almost over, so he has 2 weeks left to stay in lockdown. And but he has all this info. They don't know it's on they don't know it's on the computer because we're back in the early in the 90s. No one, it's not even. It would be easy to hide something, if you're not even on the internet or anything like that, especially if they think it's a video game. Who knows what they thought was going on back then with his Apple. So now this guy Jones comes to him and tells him this story. And he says, look, I know it's crazy. I told you about these striders. They could grow up to 40 feet long. Their stride is 40 feet. The footprints are 40 feet away from each other. They're wrecking everyone. But he says, I got to tell you what happened. So Jones, I think his name was Cam Jones. Cam Jones says to the doctor, look, we just got called out and we had to go southwest. So now the doctor knows, they had to go to the forbidden zone. You don't want to get called out to the forbidden zone. And they get in this thing called the Dakar, I think it's called, which is like a military thing with a huge gun turret on it, really heavy military support. So him and his team, which is a large military team, go out there. So they get out there and it is carnage out at that building I told you about that he's seen. People are ripped apart. It's like, Saving Private Ryan on the beach times 100. So they get inside there and all of a sudden they see one of these striders and it is eating a person. And they didn't realize it at first. So as soon as they get up to it, that strider turns around and wrecks one of these military guys, just kills him on the spot. So now they have to have this military fight with this thing. Finally, they kill this thing. And again, bodies laying everywhere. Now
they were able to kill it?
They were able to kill this thing. So now they have to go into the base. Well, they think it's it looks like an office building on top, but there's a sub basement, which is not even a sub basement. It's an entrance to a huge like almost a medical facility. So down in the medical facility, they go down there. These things are loose down there. And so it takes 18 hours to clear the whole facility. But what they found down in the facility is even crazier than the striders themselves. So get ready for this. So number one, there's like a whole bunch of technology down there that they don't recognize. But one of the things he does recognize is there is like bullet trains down there, which, could be run with magnets. He wasn't sure if it was magnets or what. And each one of these places is listed that it could get to all these major cities, New York, Paris, the major cities all around the world, a lot going to China. And also, by the way, the names in this facility weren't American. It was all sorts of different names on the doors that he noticed. So he didn't feel like this was any government's facility. He felt like it was a shared facility of different governments or above a government. He wasn't sure.
Like an unknown language?
Not an unknown language, but it wasn't just like the names were Smith and Davis or whatever. It was all sorts of last names on there. So he didn't feel like it was one it wasn't one government's place. He felt like it was multiple governments or multiple nationalities down there. Again, he was speculating that it could be above the government. So, because again, there's technology down there. Where are these bullet trains going? What do they got these bullet trains for? Whatever. Now, also down there, they find all these tubes with
What's
some
with
striders.
what's this crazy watchdog you got up there?
Say again.
The Strider.
Oh, well, they cleared out the striders. They killed all the striders. Now, in this facility right now. So, and there was multiple. But again, these were like the size of the Great Dane striders, which is typically what they get to, although they could grow really big. So they have some of these striders in like glass tubes, like what they had Luke Skywalker in, in Return of the Jedi, no, it was in Empire. So they're like in these liquid containers. However, some of them are broken open, so they know that's how these guys got out, and we're killing everyone. So they could see that some of them are broken. However, there's one that's in a cage, and in the cage are multiple skeletons. Now, here's the worst part about it. Those skeletons are children's skeletons. So they're feeding these striders children. So what Jones is saying is he thinks, now, no evidence here, this is just Jones's thoughts. He thinks that kids are getting kidnapped all around the world. They're getting shot through the bullet train, down to Antarctica, being fed to these striders. I don't know why. For what reason? So again, so he tells them this whole story, which is unbelievable. The doctor's like, all right, this is crazy. I've seen some stuff, but I don't know. What do I know? And so again, he's on his way out now. He's not even allowed out of his barracks or whatever. So the last day before he leaves, Jones comes in and wakes him up in the morning, like way in the morning, and he's like, "Oh, it's too early. Come see me later." And he goes and he like puts his hand over his mouth and drops something on his chest. He drops a 2-foot piece of the leg of one of these things. So now, just to prove it a little more to the doctor or whatever. So now the doctor gets shipped home, and he had all this evidence or whatever, but he got court-martialed. He didn't want to say anything or whatever, but he has a kid, and tells his kid all about the stories as the kid is growing up. So the kid now is on Reddit or 4chan or who knows, one of these crazy sites, and they're doing Google searches on Google Earth of weird stuff that they found on Google Earth. Now, I don't know if you could pull them up because I texted it to you and Jen right now, so I don't know if they could be pulled up on here, but I texted you 2 pictures. One is a picture of the Strider.
Well, hold on. Jen, can you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the image. Oh, there's the image. All right, I got to get these images in there.
So now that's a zoomed in image from Google Earth. So what happened?
I know it looks like it's out of focus to you guys, but that's how the image is. It's out of focus.
Right. So that gets put on there. Hey, what is this? So that gets, has nothing to do with the doctor or anything like that.
What's the other photo?
I'll get to that in 1 second. So, so again, this kid is just on 2021 now. Now we're in just, COVID times here. This happened. This was posted February 2021, Valentine's Day. So all that's is posted is that picture, and the doctor's son gets on and goes, "I know what this is because my father was this doctor," and now he tells the whole story of his father who dealt with these things. He goes, "I know what these things are," and he tells the whole story. Now, no one believes him online. Now, it wasn't like this was a cryptid thing or anything like that forum. It was just, hey, crazy things found on Google Earth. So people are going, "This isn't real, whatever. You got no proof. You can't prove any of this." but it's all happening in real time on the forum. It's not like this is going on over weeks or whatever. So the guy goes, "Oh, I can prove it. Here's how I can prove it. I'm not going to tell you his name, and I'm going to black it out, but I got a plaque that they gave my dad while he was in Antarctica. You guys could look it up. I got a clock that they gave to him for his time served there, and I got so anyway, he puts those up, which I think is the other picture Jen was just holding up there. So there's the picture of the clock and the plaque, and those are easily to verify that those are actual patches or whatever. But it definitely shows that he had something, and he said, please do a Google search. You'll see that reverse search. You'll see these are my pictures. I just took this picture. You're not gonna be able to find that this is pulled off the internet again, because it's only 2021. It's not like people didn't know how to do a Google reverse search by then. And then he goes, not only that, but my dad still has that computer. So he goes in and he grabs it and he goes like, give me some time. And he goes and he finds the actual computer. So now he has the computer and he's like, here, I want to get the data off this computer, but I can't find the keyboard. It's an Apple II sitting in his garage for 40 years here. So now he's telling people, look, I'll do everything I can. I'll get you the information. I'm going to have to enlist some professional help to get this stuff off these hard drives, but I'll get the information for you. So he's cooperating. He's saying, I want this story out there, and then unfortunately that was his last post. So did someone come and shut him up? We don't know, but we do know a few things that I think are very well done if it's a hoax, because how do you in real time, how do you pull up those plaques, and again, could he have just pulled those off the internet really quickly? Well, he says do a reverse Google search. Everyone knows how to do that. So so it lends some credibility to it. So again, we got government cover up. We got cryptids, we got Antarctica, we got it all. Now, that's not the only cryptid that's in Antarctica. I mean, also, the Russians have, had an underwater cryptid called U-46, I think that's down there. We'll get into that another time.
A news story?
I'm just trying to say there's a lot more going on in Antarctica.
No news story. That's
not the... I just want to give you a teaser that there's more going on in Antarctica than we know about. And even though you hate cryptids, there are cryptids that we can't find, like Bigfoot and Jersey Devil. But when there's a cryptid that's somewhere where we don't have a lot of people, who's to say that isn't a natural being down there? Who's to say we didn't have an apex predator frozen in the ice that could get unfrozen? I'm just saying, stranger things have happened.
All right, there he goes. Story time with Gino. That was a crazy one.
You asked for it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
That was a good one. Gino's Antarctic Adventure Channel could be a travel show.
I'll
go. Send me.
People want to call his story time the G spot.
Well, we're going to need a name for it. All right, we got 16 minutes left.
All right, get to some super chats.
If you enjoyed that story, you could support us by buying some coffee at cavemancoffeeco.com.
Or a better way to do it is shopped@thewildfiles.com.
It's a good way too.
Dr. Dan Fram, $49.99.
Woo! Woo!
I'm a fish and I'm a star, so put more dough in my jar. The type of vodka that I need is Belvedere. I need to buy a tinfoil hat So please click the super chat. We all know the government is listening.
Dr. Dan Fran, big supporter of the channel. All I understood from this episode, Mercury is in retrograde, is a valid excuse for not accepting the consequences of my actions. Congrats on the milestone. Yeah, always blame it on Mercury. What's Jen doing with that? What are you doing there?
I was putting the cap back on it.
That's not what it looked like. All right, there he goes. Story time with Gino. Gino is the new Mother Goose. ArcPunk Comics, a way to make an entrance. Heckles, Shekels for the laugh. You guys, a fantastic episode, especially the commentary on proposed evidence of past civilizations affecting our collective psyche, right in our genre. All right, thanks, ArcPunk. Well said as always. Cody is here. Have you had a chance to look into Project Thunderbolt with David Talbot? Cool stuff. I haven't looked at that one. Just have a bunch of spiders up there. Project Thunderbolt. Complete fraud. I'm not finding anything on it. Cody. Well, maybe I just need better search terms. But if it starts with project, I'm going to like it. I just got my Ark of the Covenant and Fear the Crab Cat t-shirts today. All right. Great quality, very fast shipping. I had 3 new friends watching tonight too. Thanks for spreading the word, King Biggles. And thanks for supporting. Thanks for the $4.99. Jordan's here, 11 Canadian. Great episode. Fun fact, one of the first people to predict climate change due to human activity was Nikola Tesla. He wrote an entire paper about it during the early days of the Industrial Revolution. I didn't know that. Possum Holler, coffee from my Hecklefish mug and tequila from my shot glass. Thanks. Perfect. That sounds perfect. Oh, I can go for a little tequila right now. Dustin King, I just joined Patreon as an orange belt. All right, welcome to the madhouse. Appreciate that, Dustin. I'll see you in Discord tomorrow morning. Math Girl, amazing episode. This one deserves 2 times pi. Beth Tinnen just dropping 20 in the till. Appreciate the shekels. Stu Farrell, £9.99. Hey, Jane, guys, great paranormal writer and longtime contributor to 40 and Times here. Would love to contribute to Y-Files. Well, email us. How can writers get? Do they go on? Where do writers go?
Well, you could go to Discord and you could send in
No,
help desk ticket.
A Discord? But then you were not going to have them in any type of list.
Oh, well, yeah. If you go to the yfiles.com and click on the jobs link, you can send in your stuff there too. That would be really, really helpful.
And people are actually looking at those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think anyone's looking at those. But they will. They will be. So try that, Stu. Yfiles.com. Eddie's here. Shout out to my girlfriend, Vicky. Yo, Vicky, what's up?
Me.
We love watching your videos while we eat dinner. Thanks for such great content. All right. Bon provecho. Astigi, uschais, astug, ust, ustiga, $10 towards bills, yo. Bills, yo. Appreciate that, Mitch, altogether, if I haven't said it already, I love this. So keep me coming back each week. I'm waiting for the Hecklefish whiskey flask. That's a great idea. Little crab cat whiskey in the Hecklefish flask. We're trying to find someone to help us with the crab cat whiskey. But I'm manifesting that. That's going to happen. The New Guy 95. What about a monthly video for Patreon members over the topics you're not allowed on YouTube? New Guy 95, that's definitely part of the plan. But as it is right now, I can barely get the episodes done on time. But we are trying to get ahead. Tony Haymunkett's live stream on Twitch. You can say what you want there, and I won't get overdrafts when I donate to you when I'm too drunk. They take the money out automatically through bits. Check it out, man. We used to go to Twitch, and I think the best we ever did there was 6 concurrent viewers. So You see, that's rude. It hurts my feelings. She just hurt my feelings. Jim Stewart, great show tonight. Binged them all in a few months back, and now Thursday night is a high point. Props to AJ, Vic, Jen, and Gino. Ads with your twist are awesome. Let the haters hate. A man's got to make a living. Got to make a living, Jim. Leonard Murphy, if you covered HARP, how about chemtrails? And did you see that Turkey claims their recent earthquake was an attack by the U.S.? I did see that. Rocky Baroli. I don't mind the ads, especially when you make them fun, especially if it always you to make more risque episodes. Great episode. Not plum crazy, $49.99.
I'm a goldfish. In a steel bowl I swim. I wanted a tip. I wanted a tip.
Hey, Wife House team, my wife, Absent Eyes, aka proud Patreon member, turned me on to your show about a year ago. Now we're always looking forward to Thursday nights. Thanks for the quality, well-researched content and weekly entertainment for our family. She's tired, isn't she?
Sorry, I've been doing it too. I keep waiting for you to throw me up on the screen when I'm in the midst of a giant yawn.
Gino's the only one awake. All I see are your mouths open down there.
Can I say that we went up 2,500 watchers during my story time? Did anyone else notice that?
You keep it. What are you rubbing your hands together for? You
Get
excited?
I want those views. We're gonna hit 20 soon. 20,000. That's what we're looking for.
Gino angling for his own spin-off show. Millam, $20. What about showing how the biblical flood was real, proven and planet-wide, as proven by science today and folklore of the past? The Younger Dryas. Yeah, Younger Dryas episode is coming at some point, Millam. But I cover the Younger Dryas and the Great Flood. It feels like every other week, but it constantly comes up. Every culture on the planet has a flood myth. Dennis Vizi, $40.
Ooh, mamacita. Thanks for the tip, human.
Love the way Hacklefish slipped the ad in. Yahtzee. I appreciate the support. Dennis, where are we at? The dude 87. Hey, I'm wondering who writes the scripts and do you read from a teleprompter? Great episode tonight. Tonight's was mostly Mike Barra. I'm saying mostly Mike. I'm saying mostly. Half and half. Mike was like 20, 30%. Well, Mike contributed to this week's episode and has contributed to a couple of other folks here and there have contributed, but I write the final scripts and read from a teleprompter. Yes, I do. There's no way to memorize all that. Eric Dieter, 2012. Check work by Eric P. Dollard, still alive, I don't know. Stories of RCA Farnsworth. He has the best understanding of the Tesla, Maxwell, Heaviside scalar energy equations. Only half electricity equations. I'm gonna get that in my history. Eric. It looks like he's still alive. Plenty alive. He's got a LinkedIn page. Tim Bunt, thanks for the support. Dovacheski, longtime viewer, short-time listener, and so far away here in Australia. Light travels faster than sound. That's true. I can't deny that. XX Tacy, 1776. Come to North Carolina and at Memo Type, and I will buy you lots of drinks. Bourbon, not Jaeger. LOL. I might take you up on that. Craig Farmer, absolutely love the channel. Can't get enough. Nobody does it. Oh, that's very nice of you to say, Craig. Does Craig have elephantitis of the skull? Why is his head so?
Craig is wearing a helmet and goggles.
Oh, okay. So he's not sick.
No. I mean, he might be. I can't tell through his helmet, but No, he doesn't have an enlarged cranium.
It looked like he might have an enlarged cranium.
No.
He's just like really smart. Troilus DeTroy. I received a tip for a new Wi-Fi's video from a confidential informant, Mr. Heki Lefesh, that you sold your soul to the dark god Crab Cthulhu in exchange for fame, good looks, and eternal youth. Confirm? Can't not confirm nor deny. Dennis Vesey's back. Hadron Collider Singularities Bending Space-Time. If you're requesting those are good suggestions. Those couple of those are coming. Metal Madness is your last week. He asked if I was a Navy veteran. Nah, Army all the way. Love the White Files. Keep up the great work. Fear the crab, cats, crabs. Yeah, definitely fear those. Mark Thibodeau, $50.
Yo, yo, moo la la. Yo, fish really need some money. I need to buy some stuff. Fish really needs some money. YouTube don't pay enough. Fish really needs some money. So click the super chat. Like that.
Look forward to each week. Jen, great crab claws must have Thursday nights.
Just wait. There's more in store.
Cat.
Cat.
Royal Regency. Did I get you, Tim? Yeah. Royal Regency. Receive the ARC t-shirt, Hecklefish mouse pad, and shot glass. Always a pleasure to support through the store and Thursday Live. Just a recommendation. Ban the Rune Lady's avatar. I'm trying to ban that avatar. Royal Regency. Great way to support the channel. Shops at thewifiles.com. Get all the cool stuff. And if you do get something, send me a picture so I can put you up on the website. And you these pictures are at the end of every video. There's some great ones. I got to start flagging the favorites. The really good ones go up on the Instagram. Marissa's here. Tonight's episode was awesome. Please give a shout out to Morgan and Zoe, who made their own tinfoil hats tonight. Thanks. Hey, Morgan and Zoe, I'd love to see a picture of that. Send us a picture. Derp and Herps. Love the channel. Thank you for the content. Just curious, whatever happened to Space Panda? Do you guys keep in touch? He sends postcards once in a while. He's not gone forever. Thanks for that, Derp and Herps. Wagner's Tech Talk. Don't have a question. Just a thank you. Love your episodes. My wife and I found your channel about 3 months ago, and we look forward to every new episode. Hecklefish rocks too.
Hey, pretty smart for a human.
Meet Popsicle. First time, long time. AJ, I need to do a history channel, maybe Weird Strange. Would love to have you as my professor. Meet Popsicle. This is a history channel. If you think about it, when it comes right down to it, the White Files is just a history channel. Absinthe Eyes, $99.99.
What the fish needs now are tips, sweet tips. They're the only thing to bring a smile to my little lips. Or buy a shirt, a mug, or a hat. If it's easier, just click the super chat.
Love watching the new episode of After Files tonight on a plane headed to Vegas for my birthday vacation. Let me know if y'all have any local favorite hotspots to check out. It's wonderful to see the channel grow. Be along for the ride. Cheers at cruising altitude. Cheers.
And her husband just tipped us $44 or
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I'm saying.
I don't have any specific hotspots, but we don't get out very much. David Jones, thank you for the support. And that's the simulation at work, because when was the last time anyone thought about the gas face? right? And here's giving the gas face, supporting the channel. And then for the last Hecklefish song, I was doing the gas face dance on the camera. In the darkness, they cover the earth in 536 AD. That's been on the list. I almost did that one very recently. But that's a good suggestion. That's like the worst day in the history of the planet. Here is Justin Mead for $50.
Oh yeah, tip of the morning, human.
16 beers in and really hoping for a shout out. Y'all like my avatar? I do. Elon Alien. There's your shout out. I appreciate the support. John Cave, flat earth, please. Yeah, that's going to come up because I really want to do that story. I just have to be careful with the algorithm. That is just funny. She's going to be up there. Andy Seeley. Oh, pardon me. That's
So unprofessional. This isn't a live stream. This is a circus.
You guys give me so much entertainment on a Thursday. I thought it was about time I made a contribution to your mortgage and Victoria's paycheck.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work. Long live Hecklefish. All right.
I like the way this human thinks.
Trevor Biddle. Have you heard about a Project Purple? It's a dark military project about Dogman, the government where involved since the 40s. Heard about it on the podcast, What Lurks Beneath yesterday. Sounds interesting. Hecklefish for president. Dogman. Microphone's in my face. I can't do it. And the monitor, I'm just not trying not to bring attention to it, but the monitor has blanks out every 5 or 6 minutes. And as a bonus, the audio is going through the microphone. So through the monitor. So when it goes dark and I can't hear anything. So like when Jen's talking and saying something, I'm just nodding at the camera. I can't hear her. But she doesn't care. She just wants someone to listen to her. That's all.
You do that anyway.
I do it anyway. Paul's back for $20.
Boom shakalaka. Thank you for the tip.
I just finished tonight's episode, and tonight's my new favorite. Gonna rewatch it for sure. I want more deeper information, but it was great now to catch up on chat. Thanks, Paul. I'm glad that that you liked it and that so many people enjoyed it. What do we have? How are the numbers looking?
Let me check how we're doing.
How we doing?
How you doing? Wow, 323,000.
Is that good for this time?
That's good. We're still ranking first.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
That's a good sign. Nathan Ease here. I just realized the Y-Files is a pun. Y-Files, like X-Files adjacent. I just got it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. The Y-Files is the X-Files, but also the Y, like I wonder why. And the logo's supposed to look like WTF at first glance. I think it works. Reagan Berg, thank you for the $16.99. New Zealand. Is this the reason we have 4 extreme floods and a cyclone within 6 weeks in New Zealand recently? Harper, Antarctica. Love your work. It could be. You know, HARP is one of those conspiracies I lean toward believing, mostly because the budget was too high. I mean, you saw the pictures of it, right? It's tower. It's just a couple of towers. $300 million. Which is 600 million today's. Because, you know, inflation thing. So what is that, about 20 million per box?
I mean, it's the government. How much did they spend on toilet seats?
Mm-hmm. Tommy J, suggestion, develop some food items for the store. For example, Hecklefish-shaped gummies. Wi-Fi's branded so that we can munch while watching each episode would make good giveaways too. Love the channel. That's a great idea, Tommy. But we have to like white label those with somebody. Jen has already made enough gummies for many lifetimes in her life. How many
lifetimes.
How many gummies do you think you've made in your life? 100,000?
100,000 probably. Too
Can
many.
I add a story here? When we were we were deciding whether the cannabis company was a real company or not. There was a time when I walked into a dispensary to sell the gummies that Jen was making, and they bought $20,000 of gummies. And I called AJ and Jen immediately, and I said, "Hey, this place on at Sunset Junction is buying $20,000 of gummies. Why aren't we doing this only full time? This is a real business here." And we didn't have to go fix any computers. We didn't have to do anything. All we had to do is make more gummies.
All we had to do, stand in the kitchen and boil Jello and pour them into little molds and then package them. And
Cannabis gummies are everywhere, but we were the ones who invented those
first.
Yep.
MC 2112, I believe more are awake than we realize, but they're like Phil and City Slickers, pretending to be asleep until the checkout girl serves up. Could be. That's going to do it. Short after files tonight because I'm on very little sleep this week. But I appreciate everyone showing up. If I didn't get to your super chats, I apologize. But
really quick, I just want to say, Cricket.
But we'll definitely get to them.
It's their 30. She's one of our mods, and it's her 34 wedding anniversary next week. So, shout out to Cricket's husband, Richard.
Oh, there we go.
Richard.
Actually, we could bang out these last few. I didn't know that we only had that many left. Joseph's here. Love you trying to keep the good word. World needs more people like you. What are your thoughts on the afterlife? My thoughts, Joseph, are I probably not, but I hope that there is. I've talked about the book Journey of Souls by Michael Newton. Check that out. That's what I hope is out there. Nuke the Ice Caps, great content. Love to see you guys cover.
Vaz Rose Dinahi.
His brain danced a perplexing tango as he tried to unravel the enigma wrapped in a tortilla of whatever the hell this is.
I'm writing it down.
Tango. All right, we'll look at that. We'll look at that. She's writing it down. Invoice here. I have Factor and not HelloFresh now. Will Victoria still come over to microwave my dinner if I win the giveaway? Yes. The answer is yes. She will come over and do that. She won't clean up.
That's all I need now. It's Factor.
Frederick goes here. Hi from Sweden. Next event I'm most scared of is next Carrington event. Yep, me too. Global blackout, and it will come sooner than an asteroid. All true what you said. All true. Michael Saggio, great up. Feels like there needs to be a part 2. Yeah, maybe Harp would be a good part 2. In regards to my super chat from last week, for sure, without a doubt, the Jerry Randall Carlson is being held. Maybe do a short Wild Files episode on it. I don't think it's being held. I don't think there is any more Randall Carlson stuff.
No, but I do think they have a planned episode where Graham is going to be debating someone.
Okay. I'll watch that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ed C's here. I'd call the channel Modern Mythology, Legend History. That's a great name. Wild Files explores the intersection of fact and legend amid our modern mythology. That's great too. You guys are on it. Joe's back. Got you already, Joe. Jackson Kegels. Love his fan because he's a fan, right? He's a Wild Files fan. That's what that is.
I love that.
Paul, congrats on the new record and the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship. You're officially a YouTuber now. I know, right? That's how you know you've made it, when you're pimping Raid Shadow Legends. I hope the game's good. Kat, is the game good? Do people like it? I mean, I looked at the reviews in the store were crazy, like 400,000 reviews, and it was almost 5 stars. But I don't know how real that is. Is it real? Is it a good game? I hope it's a good game. Sponsors are good.
Sponsors are good.
Sponsors are good.
Look, and we turned down some sponsors, you guys, just so you know, because they were like, so-and-so wants to sponsor the channel. And we're like, no, we're not going to.
Quite a few.
Yeah, we're not going to do that because that's not good for our audience. So we're not doing it.
So that's going to do it for the After Files tonight. We'll do a longer one next week, but Daddy's tired this week. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. And there's Victoria. There she goes. There she goes. And there's Jen. Oh, look how pretty there she goes. And Gino pushing the After Files to new heights with story time.
I'm glad I could.
There he goes. A good story as always, and hopefully we'll have another story from Gino next week. But the only way we'll know for sure is if he's researching it like during the show. That's how Gino does homework, But he pulled it off. That was a good story. So thanks for supporting the channel. Shop to thewifiles.com, become a Patreon member, all that stuff that you've heard me do over and over. That your support keeps the channel going. It's free to join Discord. You jump in there. Everybody that you see on the Wi-Fi, on the After Files is in there. Gino's there all the time telling stories and listening to stories. It's free to join. Lots of cool people. And we do have Patreon only live streams on Thursday nights and Friday mornings. As always, thanks for hanging out. And Hecklefish will see you out. Let's get it.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I swam down each and every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all, it's all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a fish? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. Our record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Let's hear it for the Y-Files house band. You guys sounded great tonight. And take care of those waitresses, will you? All right. Everybody get home safe. This is Hecklefish. And you know what? I did it my